Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call. I'm Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I am your guiding compass as we navigate these treacherous seas of Damaris. It even says so here in this bracelet that Kaila made for me. I am joined as always by these lovely folks, including Kaila. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, say a little bit about them and their characters, and then we're going to do a little recap and jump into stuff. Before all of that, however, I do want to say that if you are joining us once again, hell, if you're joining us for the first time and you enjoy the story that we tell, if you like the nautical nonsense that we happen to put on here, the swashbuckling adventure that we create, you can always show your appreciation financially, should you be willing and able to do so, both those qualities being important together, through pally.gg. Pally is a wonderful tool that we discovered that allows anything that you are, again, willing and able to give to tip to these wonderful people, gets evenly distributed based on shares to them, and also can impact our game. You can give crits, you can give advantages, you can give complications called black spots, and more coming up soon. So definitely consider that. We definitely encourage that over, bits and subscriptions and all the kind of Twitch stuff. That's great. It goes directly towards the channel. It's always appreciated, helps us break even. But until we break even, Pally is the tool that we have found to show these people that they are incredible and that their stories that they help create are equally incredible. And we to do that in a financial way and not just a verbal way, which we try to do anyway. So consider that. It's always appreciated. If not, your viewership alone is very much appreciated, and thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and go around. Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hello, I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns. I am playing your amazing Soul Knife Rogue Star Druid Centaur Acacia, who is very sad at the loss of her 8 wolf doggo friends, all named Anubia.
Yeah, it's so weird she would have picked that name just out of nowhere. It's definitely not a reference to another PC from another game or anything. Yeah, all your magical wolves, may they return at some point. Who knows? That's what spell slots are for.
Anubia 1 through 8.
Yes, then you have Anubia 1v2, Anubia 2v2. You can have more versions than Jeffrey at some point. Thank you, Mare. Eva, speaking of little Jeffrey.
Don't ask me what version number he's on. I don't know. Hi, friends. Damarian's countrymen. Is that what we're called? That seems weird.
Healings.
Damarisites.
Healings?
Key, like sorting key, little keylings.
Oh.
I don't know.
I meant because of the world of Damaris, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the peaks of Damaris. Yeah.
Waterlogged friends. Anyway, hi, it's me, Eva. She, her. I am playing Weenie. Also, she, her. Today, she is a sea elf, alchemical artificer / bard.
Okay, you kind of trailed off. I was waiting for just one other thing there. Mother to little Jeffrey. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Dummerites. Actually, no, I hate that. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah.
Scallywags. Everyone should say Scallywag.
Well,
Scallywags is cute.
Yeah, I guess.
I like the name Scallywag.
It's really cute for above table reference. In world, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about it. Moving on then to Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus. He, him pronouns also. Your Triton, Shadow Sorcerer, Paladin of the Homebrew, Horizon's Call, Oath of the Guardian.
Absolutely. And a special thank you, as always, to Michael for doing the artwork for this show and many shows that you see here on Sword and Key, and for updating that artwork to the point that we can see how much his incredible talent has improved and enhanced over the years. So you can go back to earlier episodes and see earlier versions of these same characters, and now the newer versions as they have grown as well as Michael and his talent has grown. So always very much appreciated. Last, absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello, my name is Kaila. I use she, her pronouns. I play our Siren Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores, who also uses she, her pronouns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the recap this week.
Go for it. It's all you.
I'm gonna get my handy dandy iPad where I kept notes. Oh no.
Handy dandy notebook.
I made sure it was charged.
Oh, that's good. That's the first
No,
step.
I was just lucky that it was charged.
Okay. Just gonna say the ADHD won out. All right.
No, it did not. Not this time. Not this week. So I was painfully reminded that we have only made it through 3 out of the 10 rooms.
I hate it.
So it's fine. We started by going through the doorway and encountering, I hate this, sticky carpet. The thought of sticky carpet makes my skin crawl, but we found it. We also found elemental sentient swords that were just whooping around, which was great and wonderful. By the end of it all, there was some dispelled magic. There was some swords stuck in the carpet. There was a lot of burned carpet and a pair of lost hoof shoes. Unfortunately, we'll make them. We'll get new ones. But we made it through that hallway. It wasn't even a room. I was informed that it was a hallway, where we entered into another room that was a thing of nightmares for some. I can't remember if that was where we entered the massacre paintings or not, or that was at the banquet.
So after sticky carpet, you
Hate this
that
so much.
that was the banquet hall with the
Okay.
skeletons. Yeah,
Just
and
making
the
sure.
food that
'cause, dear
looked
God, this
very
maze
delicious.
is
out of
not
it.
a maze I can follow. I'm like one of the dumb rats that can't find the cheese.
That's okay. The cheese is cursed.
We entered into the banquet room. There was a magnificent banquet presented to us with a table full of skeletons at each chair except for one. Little Joffrey, Smokey, and Acacia were all tempted to take bites. Winnie and Proximus were able to stop 2 out of the 3, Scarlet failing to stop Acacia in a wild attempt to outstrength the centaur. It didn't work. It was fine. Everyone's fine. Dispelled the magic on the banquet table. And we continued on where we found yet another hallway. Another one. This time with paintings on either side. And a painted beholder. And unfortunately, this is where our eight Anubias. Six out of the was it 6 out of the 8 that met there, or was it 4 out of the 8 that met their demise?
No, yeah. 6 out of the 8 met their demise via beholder.
Via
2 of them were
beholder,
lightning
anti-magic.
friendly, and 5 by anti-magic field, 1 by bite, and 2 by friendly fire lightning.
I love the story of Paul Revere.
There was dimension dooring. There was sneaking to evade the anti-magic, and eventually, somehow, someway, we managed to kill this thing in a splash of paint. And brings us to the next room. Please help us.
I think oh no, that was the previous room. I was like, Winnie and I opened some doors together, but that wasn't this room.
No, not
Yeah, I was
yet.
gonna say you're still in the hallway. You haven't
We're
unlocked the door
still
yet.
in the hallway.
That was a pretty
Great.
good, like, in sync door open, though. Like, I think it's worth
Yeah.
mentioning again.
Considering
Yeah.
we had pads of lying and we were playing a game of charades, hell yeah.
Yeah. Everybody.
Sorry, I
said
just
in sync.
beat the shit out of my keyboard. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, easy.
When are we gonna like enact those like boons?
Yeah, Derek.
No, don't worry about it. Enjoy that point of inspiration for today, though, Kayla. Wonderful recap. Let's jump back into stuff. You find yourselves in the hallway with the painted mural with every type of monster that you could possibly imagine. One fewer, though, as the acrylic, oil paint, whatever kind of method means material this beholder happened to be made of has dissipated onto the ground, left nothing but a stain behind. You have a door before you. With it's a double door with 4 locks on it, 2 on each side. So you can do. This is not one where you have to do all 4 at the same time, but you will have to unlock all 4 before you can move forward.
So we all lock picking at the same time?
Mm,
I feel like it would be really funny.
We can do
No.
simultaneous lockpicking.
No.
I mean, we are really good at it, but also like you get good at it by like knowing when, right?
Who's good at it?
Acacia
I think
and I.
we have.
Proximus
I
is
think-
not good at it.
I think we only have 2 pairs, like 2 sets of lockpicks anyway. So
Give me an hour, we can have 3.
I'm not wasting an hour more in here than we have to. Winnie,
Wait, what's time?
we're underground. Who
Right.
knows?
I know.
Wait, no, Winnie knows. Winnie knows the time every single hour
Look,
of the day.
Winnie has a very specific set of skills, and they're weird as hell, and she very rarely gets to use them. So
We
please,
love her for them.
Please ask me what
Yes.
direction north is.
So Winnie, you want to take left? I'll
It's
take
that
right.
way. Oh, yeah. Okay, left. Yep.
Okay. Let's go. Let's start.
Wait. I like red drink. Okay, just checking, just making sure that we were still okay.
Oh, I did forget about that. I'm so sorry. I must have missed.
Oh,
put that in my
shit.
notes.
I just remembered.
I think it was the week before. I think.
No, it was the hallway.
That was sticky carpet. Sticky carpet.
Oh, it
you
was
also
sticky carpet.
you also had a couple of people that had to lie, and you had some flying elemental swords.
It was great.
Swords are
That was a great time.
Yep.
Great time.
I remembered I had to roll with
Distracted by the nasty
disadvantage.
carpet.
Wait, what?
Because-
Oh, exhaustion.
Yes, Acacia also has a point of exhaustion.
Well, Beans, this is
15.
fine.
Oh, I rolled with disadvantage. Why? God.
All right, I'm gonna. And it's for lock picking tools. I think we decided sleight of hand plus proficiency again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
what
this
we've been
type of lock, absolutely.
13,
8 plus 15. I don't know what that is. I'm bad with math.
33.
Plus 15? 8 plus
For
plus
me,
15?
for Winnie, it's 33.
Okay. Sorry, I
Sorry, no, I
thought you were
realized
answering Mare's math problem.
No,
I was like,
no, no,
that's not
23.
correct.
I am
My
not,
first
23.
one's 23.
I'm not volunteering for math. I'm sorry that you think that highly of me, but
Are any of us math gays? I don't think so.
I
No,
don't.
we did not luck
think
out.
so.
Why do we play D&D? Okay. 23 is successful, a 33 is successful. So 2 of the locks click, and you have 2 more left.
Let's go again.
It's just not
it's-
something appropriate to put on a casting call, okay?
Second one was a 22.
22 is also successful. Can you do math, please? Please do math. Because we need a tech person, we have an artist, we need somebody to do music, we need somebody for math.
I can't do mental math.
Winnie, are you doing the 4th?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's 4
suppose.
locks.
I guess it didn't occur to me that well, it's higher than my last one. 1735.
35 very also successful. All right. All 4 doors, or all 4 locks rather, click into to the open place, and you have the double doors now loosened somewhat, like you could pull the handle and open them. They are no longer bound before you. These are just strong iron doors. They don't really have any markings on them. Who's going through first?
Dad notes.
Yes, dad notes. It's been a week. I forgot about dad notes. Dad notes say on this one, Ogden is the humble true king of Shacklebreak.
Anything, Acacia?
Anything crossed off?
So again, like when he wrote, it's almost like Ogden is humble, like humbles the word that you're like is weirdly underlined. Again, the thing that he's trying to cross off, and you're almost getting like at this point, he's just underlining at this point. He's realizing that he can't cross it off. He's gotten enough rooms where he's realizing
Yeah.
that something is manipulating his handwriting. And then Ogden is the true king of Shacklebreak. It's basically everything after Ogden is just like, especially the true king part is the issue there.
Okay. Yeah, so whatever this curse thing is it's not letting Dad, it didn't let Dad like cross anything else, so he's just underlining at this point. This one says Ogden is the humble true king of Shacklebreak, which let's just take a second to laugh, especially with the irony right now.
Irony back. No? Okay.
I get it, and I hate that I was internally laughing a bit.
Okay. Unless it looks like there's like a trigger plate or something on the other side of the door. Oh, and he will go through.
Oh yeah, what do we see in the door?
Yeah. If you want to give me perception checks, we can count this as you open the door as well.
Yeah.
That was a natty 1.
Disadvantage.
So 13, but a natty 1.
23.
Okay. What do you think is distracting you so much as you go to move through the door?
Bird. Probably little Jeffrey tugging at my shorts, pointing back up towards like where the feast was. Just sort of like, Mom, food, table leg, snack time.
Snack time indeed, little Jeffrey. Unfortunately, yeah. So looking down at your little man, as you go to like move through the doors, Acacia, you are able to push them open. The doors themselves seem, like I said, iron, mundane. The locks being the only real piece of note on them. There are, kind of like somewhat decorative handles that just like iron that's been twisted a little bit. But the doors are heavy. They push open nonetheless. I will say that with the 23, you notice that there are spring mechanisms on the doors, which once you pass through them, the doors will close, much like the doors that you have experienced other rooms with. So once you are in the room, you will not be able to come back through these doors without a pretty significant strength check. As you all enter this room, you find another circular room, much I would say tighter in space than the banquet hall. Maybe about the space of just the banquet hall itself, because that was kind of a rotunda sort of deal that had pillars and then space outside. You mostly just find a space that is just about 20 feet, like a 20 feet across kind of circle. At the center of this room is a single, very ornate looking throne. And mounted just a little above like Acacia's head, maybe just about 10, 12 feet up, all around the room are, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, are 5. So if you want to think of this almost like a pentagonal room, circular in shape, but the ceiling kind of has that kind of like sectionality out to it. But mounted are the heads of taxidermied heads of several dragons. And you can see that there is a red dragon, a silver dragon, a crystal dragon, a copper dragon, and a blue dragon. And Acacia, you would be able to see, just as you were kind of looking around, that these are, again, mounted taxidermied heads. There is like kind of like a plaque that the heads are mounted on. They are all snarling, facing downwards towards the throne, mouths agape. And you can see that there are little like engravings. There's something engraved into all of the placards that you can't necessarily see just kind of like looking generally around, but as you would inspect each of them individually, you would likely be able to read what was written there.
So then I address everyone else before we go any further and actually look at this room. Hopefully nothing's on a timer. I've been having a hard time correlating Dad's warnings to the traps. But afterwards, it seems, pretty self-explanatory after the fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, first time was Ogden is false. Obviously, Ogden's lying, hopefully. I don't remember what this one was correlating to, but that was the first one. After the ball trap, we got into like the clock room, I guess, with the 12 things, and it said Ogden is honest. And he was something along the lines of, only one of these things will let you go down, and we had to go back out the door. But like honest was crossed off. So, and then with the sovereign glue, Ogden has self-control, and self-control is crossed off. So meaning the opposite, no self-control, and not having self-control is what got us through the banquet room, right? So what could this one, I'm trying to parse together this next clue,
Right.
Ogden is the humble, true king of Shacklebreak.
Is Acacia saying this outside of the room, like just with the doors open, or have you all stepped into the room?
I think it really just depends on what everyone else did.
Okay. So I will ask everybody else. Are you all in the room and the doors have closed behind you? Or are you having this conversation still in the Beholder Hall?
I thought that we were still in the hallway.
Okay.
Because
That's fine.
before we step in the room, I want to do a divine sense.
Okay.
Again.
Then I will definitely say that the back of the throne is to you all, and you cannot see if anything is sitting in it or if anything is on the throne. You can just see that there is, kind of gold inlay, that it's a very high back. You can see that it's ornate. You can't see anything more specific about it from where you are with your perspective.
Also, it makes sense having seen the Dad script, like as we're picking the locks and stuff. There's time to discuss it, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, what do we get? Well, what does Proximus get from Divine Sense?
Yeah.
Because if he's obviously doing something, when he will wait before going through the door, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
otherwise she's happy.
Any celestial, fiend, undead, detect good or evil, and or any hollow spells.
So again, the thing you've been picking up on the most is the evil of General Greed. Boy, that'd be a great Star Wars character name, but it's not.
General Greed.
General Greed. That's a George Lucas name.
Reporting for duty.
That's a separatist name. No, but just like the general concept of greed being here, I'm going to say you don't get undead. Although the dragons themselves seem to have a rather lifelike quality, despite the fact that they are only heads. They are not moving.
Can we take a brief moment to thank Derek for not giving us 5 undead flippin' dragons? I'm just looking at my hit points.
I thought about it.
Thank you.
Still could happen.
It might not have been a dragon. It was gonna be a black-red dragon or whatever they are, the shadow dragons. I was like, I've never gotten to use one of these, but I figured a beholder was better. Okay, so they're not undead. There's nothing hallowed or necessarily like, unhallowed. You might pick up a little bit of the ambient energy from the dragons themselves, that like the power that they had, because I'm not sure Proximus would necessarily know this. There's a level of like tyrannic power, which might read a little bit as evil coming from a number of the draconic heads, in the way that like ultimate power corrupts. That the dragons themselves are a representation of greed. I'd say the throne probably has a weird kind of vibe to it. That there's this I don't know, that this throne before these dead dragons also has like a weird vibe. It's not unhallowed. It's not evil by any means.
Right.
It's definitely not good. Like you would get the vibe that a good person would not want to sit in that throne. That's kind of what I'll give you. It's not blatant. It's not like obvious, like, oh, we're stepping into the hall of the cultists. But like,
Right.
this is, yeah, everything here has just kind of like if divine sense gives you, especially like a smell, everything in here just kind of smells a little bit. It's just not great. It's just a little bit farty.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of an antique store. What would that be?
Middle school hallway.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That hurt my
had
feelings.
that like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Early puberty, BO,
mhm.
a lot of Axe
Mhm.
body spray. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of farts.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm gonna have my glaive up, ready for about anything.
but yeah, going back to my whole word vomit about dad notes.
Mhm.
Oh, I
So-
share everything, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh yeah, thank
So-
you.
So, what do we do? Any ideas besides not the true king of Shacklebreak? Blah blah blah.
Ooh, I'm gonna go in. You said there's plaques where?
Basically, like, if you were to mount a fish, it would say, caught here. Maybe you named it something. On each of the draconic heads, because they have the plaque that
I'm
they are
gonna go
mounted
look
on.
for the draconic equivalent of the Billy Big Mouth. Is it the brass
Okay,
dragon?
yeah.
I bet it's the brass dragon.
Give me that fillet fish. Give me that fish.
Yeah. Okay. So when you enter the room, I will say, as when he enters the room, the doors do begin to close.
Oh fuck.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Stepping in.
okay. We'll do dexterity saving throws. Everybody says they're stepping in.
do I have to, even though I already am inside?
No, I said I'm not going to do dexterity saving throws. Everybody said they're stepping in.
Oh.
So I'm sorry. When you said there was red, silver, crystal, copper, and blue, which one did you want to inspect?
I'm sorry. Red, silver, crystal,
Crystal, copper, and blue.
blue.
Yeah, we're doing the full spectrum here.
Yes.
I'm just gonna start with the first one on my left.
First one to your left. Let's go ahead and we'll just say it's in the order that I just said. So that is the red dragon. So you would look up to your left and see the head of an adult red dragon, snarling, its twisted horns kind of wrapped back around its brow. You can see its fangs still bared, its mouth again bearing downwards at the throne. The eyes seem to be lifelike and have a glint to them, although they are clearly artificial. This is very good taxidermy. Are you just reading the plaque, or would you like to investigate anything about it?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Taxidermy is not one of my strong skill sets. But I am curious. So, like, I'm gonna read the plaque. But I would also like to, see if I can figure out what I guess is holding them together.
Okay. So the room is stone, as you're kind of looking around here. Each of the five of them have almost like an outcropping of the wall, a little like pillar that kind of leads up to them. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you go to look at this first dragon head.
11.
Okay. 11, this just looks to be really great taxidermy. You're not exactly sure what's all holding it together. There might be some magic involved here. Whatever magic it is might just be, just like slowing the decay, although dragons themselves are long-lived and perhaps, their scales don't decay super quickly. It's not like Skyrim where they immediately just disintegrate into everything and you absorb their souls. The plaque does read Rhaegar the Bloody, and it lists the date that Rhaegar was killed, which you would also recognize being the same date that Ogden had his battle at the Bite.
I'm just gonna go around reading all the names unless anyone's got any reason to stop me.
I'm just gonna shadow you, looking around.
I was gonna go to the crystal one because I don't think that.
Okay. We'll just kind of going around looking at all of them. Well, there's I guess two things one thing besides the dragons that you'll pick up on. So I'll get those. We're kind of going around. So to knock out the dragons, the red dragon is Rhaegar the Bloody. The silver dragon is Untralia Moonscale. The crystal dragon is Frigilier the Bright Caller. The copper dragon is Sinfar the Despair. And the blue dragon is Kellex Thunderhorn. As you're looking around at all of them, you can see that these are all adult dragons, that there was a level of, like, battle wear to them, that these dragons had probably fought for whatever position they had in dragon culture. You even notice that Kellex, who's a blue dragon, has the big horn on his nose, had actually been reinforced with some adamantine kind of struts to it, and actually had, like, little studs put in it of adamantine. The copper dragon actually had some inlay of gold that had actually, like, been pushed out into its frills. In addition to all of them, which again, teeth bared, snarling down at the throne, you can see that the throne carved into the back of it, as you kind of walk around the room and take a look at it, says, "Only the greatest may sit here." That's what you get.
Hey, so this reminds me, what do you all think about reaching out to the dragons at some point, maybe? Not like these obviously they're dead, I know that. But, like, the opposite of the dragons that we,
Pissed off?
yeah. I'm just saying, like, it might be good to have some, like, not pissed off dragon quasi allies in case.
Yeah.
And I would like to know, like, if that egg made
I
it
think I
anywhere,
just
but-
assumed that you were going to be friends with a couple of dragons already.
Thank you, Proximus. That's very nice. The closest I got is Nibirian, though, and he's not a dragon. He's just big. Unless Derek.
Unless what?
Is it possible I've come across any dragons, like maybe a little younger dragons who may have left their home at some point? I've definitely never been out that far.
It'd be hilarious if you have met a dragon, but they were polymorphed and you didn't know it.
That would be
Yeah.
so
Right,
good. But I've
right.
definitely never been to Terraconis, so like,
You know what? Roll me a luck check.
fuck yeah. Is it a D100 or D20?
It's just a D20, and we'll see how lucky you are with this.
I got a stein of beer, which is a 20 on my. And I can't remember. I don't remember if luck is supposed to be high or low, or any of that. But I just like seeing that stein of beer.
Okay. Yeah, if you got a nat 20, you absolutely have met a dragon besides
Fuck yeah.
Nibirian before. What dragon did you meet?
I will let you determine the color because we sort of discussed this before. Please don't make it be a gold one. I think maybe it was oh gosh. Maybe even like with Nibirian. Like we were just having a good little like catch up after when he was doing a delve. And Vilcus was probably there, and I don't know, it was probably around Umberlee's Eye, which I know Nibirian probably doesn't get down to too often, but you know, when you're buds, sometimes you go out of your way. Yeah, there was a dude who was probably not like a giant dragon-shaped person, but sometimes they move around and stuff in other ways, mysterious ways. And Nibirian probably did make an introduction because he's chill like that. Yeah, I would like to think like a scholarly type dude, like a cartographer type dude. Cardi the cartographer.
Sure.
He did not let any of us call him that. No.
Yeah. Weird. That's so weird.
Yeah. Vilcus was in his cups. I knew it wouldn't fly, but
Oh, Vilcus.
Oh, Vilcus.
Winnie, do you have a pronouns for this dragon?
I think he, but also amused at pronouns in general. Just finding them kind of above being a thing.
Okay. Let's say that you found let's find a good name for this dragon.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go out on a limb and name them because I know that might influence their color, and that just seemed a little...
I suggested a name, but you can ignore it.
Did you put that in Discord or Zoom?
The Zoom chat? My partner has names all of the dragons in his campaign after pharmaceutical drugs because they sound very dragon-like.
That's very good. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Fucking Ozempic.
I literally just went to a drug website and chose the first thing that I saw.
I was gonna say I have a list of dragon names that also some of them are inspired by.
That is
Woody,
great.
this is Khazra, who is a sapphire dragon.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Who when you met, you said was near Umberly's Eye?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's say that you met Khazra. A lot of people kind of notice as a dragon comes flying down into an elven kingdom. But the, blue wings of Khazra are not super uncommon, not super forgotten in the long-lived minds of elves. And Khazra does visit from time to time and seems to have a relationship with the royal family. You don't have a super huge connection to the royal family, but Khazra is also one of those dragons who will kind of just sit on one of the beached rocks, one of the raised rocks, and just visit with some of the kids and kind of make little thunder waves that just ripple through the water, and is one of the more diplomatic dragons out there. So maybe you had an experience with Khazra when you were younger?
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for Vilcus to be there, but yeah. Maybe no Vilcus.
Maybe Vilcus was visiting the family, and you all just Khazra happened to be in. It's a Gandalf type moment. It's is what this. Yeah.
Anyway, the dragon heads are concerning and a little gauche. But it just reminded me that we should maybe think about reaching out to some dragons or something at some point.
Okay.
Also, I just remembered I have a dragon friend. Acquaintance.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Weird that I didn't bring that up before, but I know a lot of people I haven't talked to you all about. For no particular reason except that we have a lot of things going on. So, it's sort of a big one though, talking to the dragons. So, especially as representatives from Phoenix Landing, it seemed a little unwise to just sort of do that randomly without talking to anyone about it first. Yep.
Hey, Derek, what else was in the room besides the dragon heads and the throne?
That is it.
That's it? Okay.
The doors have closed. The dragon heads all basically just have little pillars that lead up to them in this relatively small room. I'll say past perception, as Acacia's probably the one that saw the throne as well. You would notice that the throne rotates.
I was going to go check out the throne next.
It seems to be on a pedestal, I would say. Proximus, what were you going to say?
Proximus knows that these are the 5 dragons that were at the bite, the painting of the bite. Obviously.
I think Winnie conveyed that, because they were depicted in the painting as well.
Painting.
Yeah.
There is ambient light in here. I should note that as well. There's almost like a glass ceiling that seems to be threading down this light to you all. That seems to kind of pinpoint on the seat of the throne as well. And Winnie, I also realized that I conflated Fall Emerald and Umberlee's Eye. So yeah, let's just say that the Sapphire Dragon just would visit with Umberlee's Eye. I was thinking would go to
That makes
Fall Emerald,
sense.
but that's where you would have. We could say Umberlee's Eye is where you would have.
I was gonna ask
met
later
there.
about the like politics.
Because I said royal family, and that's my brain made a conflation there.
Nope, that's fine. Perfect.
While
go ahead,
Acacia
please.
while Acacia is checking out the throne, Proximus is gonna fly to the glass ceiling. Kind of wants to see if there's anything that he can see through there.
Okay. Yeah, Proximus, you fly to the ceiling that has these kind of like metal bars all holding it up, this kind of domed ceiling. There's like this line work, this filigree to it all. But you very, like, no rolls needed. You note that the light is magical in nature. It does not lead anywhere outwards. The glass is mostly opaque, and is just there to provide light to you all. Acacia, go ahead and give me an investigation check to look at the throne.
This is gonna be great. I have a 0 at
Ha!
disadvantage.
It's
12.
12.
That's pretty good, even with disadvantage.
So
Not bad.
with a 12, it is a very, very pretty throne. It is majestic and terrorizing all at the same time. Like, it is wide enough for, probably even an ogre to sit in comfortably. Hill giant would find this wide enough to sit down in. The arms have these dragon reliefs carved in with these like dragon mouths that kind of come out where your hands would be. It has all these depictions of battle and war carved into the side. That's also has like silver and mithril and adamantine and gold, all of this inlay to it, this mother of pearl. There is a cushion on the seat and a high back to it, which would make it probably not super comfortable to sit in, but super imposing to sit in. And it arches up with all of these like clawed kind of structures coming out of the top of it. And then you definitely notice that as you're kind of like, looking at the chair itself, it does seem to move a little bit. It does seem to be on a movable pedestal.
Can I just take like either my sword or my staff and just like kind of peek under the cushion?
Yeah. You lift your sword or use your sword to lift the cushion. I'm just, because you're looking at it specifically, you note that the seat itself seems to be able to depress, that it is something that if you would sit in it, it might trigger something.
Something tells me we might have to sit. Someone might have to sit in the chair. There's a button
Idea.
under the cushion. Yes.
Your father's message mentioned one true leader, correct?
Yes. The specifically said, where are my notes? Humble true king of Shacklebreak.
Okay. What if we all sit on it?
I just kind of motioned to my ass.
Also, none of us are the greatest. Like,
No, not each single one of us.
You mean
But
all at once?
together. Yeah, we all sit on it at once.
I motioned to my ass again.
I mean, I'm game. I just Ogden doesn't really seem like the all for one for all sort of person.
Not necessarily, but I also feel like he knows that he isn't the only one who built this place.
Do you?
Benefit of the doubt sometimes.
Just checking.
He did treat everyone better than Eula did, so,
Oh yeah, that's a bar to beat.
that's-
Um,
The bar's on the floor, we could trip over it, but...
Speaking of Acacia's ass, it would fit Ogden, though,
Aren't
right?
we always?
Ogden has according to the chair, a big butt.
Yeah.
Ogden's ass is not as wide as a hill giant's, so yes, Ogden would fit in this chair.
So really, Acacia, we could get in there. It would not be comfortable or pretty, but hey, group photo.
You can lead a horse to a throne, but you can't make it sit.
My mom tried to tell me. But she never said there'd be days like this.
Jeez.
Okay, so maybe I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? Break it?
We don't have a lot of options, so can I tell like what it might trigger or anything?
Wait, can you just try and disarm it?
Is it a trap?
Well, if it's
Yeah.
got a trigger, like,
Can I see what it's going to or what would happen if it's depressed?
Yeah, let's do another investigation check. This one can be just a straight roll, because I would
everything
otherwise
needs
give you
therapy
advantage
nowadays.
on this.
I was thinking the same thing.
Mhm.
Winnie, I'm sorry. You said investigation.
Please.
I'm so sorry, Derek.
A 17.
Okay. As you can just remove the cushion, you determine it to be, just superfluous, hiding whatever this trigger might be. And as you go to raise up the seat, you note that there are what would the trigger kind of look like? I guess there would be 5 corresponding colors of shards, like magical
Gems.
the arcane cores that are all depressed within here, that were you to sit, you could trigger one or potentially more of these arcane cores that have been placed under this seat.
Winnie, or did you see anything inside the mouths of those dragons?
Do they
No.
match do they match the dragons?
That's so weird you asked that. It's so
I'm
funny.
gonna go with yes.
Yeah, Winnie's gonna go shove her head in the mouth of the.
Oh God.
Hey, don't
Just
sit
putting
on
it right in.
anything. Don't touch anything until I get my head out, just in case. Like, don't look at anything. She's gonna shove her head in I guess the red one. That was the first one she was looking at, and look for like, I don't know, weird shit
A
that isn't.
flamethrower?
Like an arcane core or a little dude with a like mouthful of oil. I don't know.
Winnie, give me an investigation check.
I would like to see if this actually is going to affect anything. Will that help me? Maybe. I'm going to use Flash of Genius to give myself a
Nice.
+5.
Oh yeah.
And I guess by considering what Acacia just said and Scarlett's advice about a flamethrower. What is this, World War II? And so that's a 15.
You don't know.
This is the artificer. 15.
Yeah, right.
Am I allowed to make a flamethrower?
I think
You did give me a
technically-
gun.
I think if you were an artillerist, you technically could.
Right.
Yeah, all the stuff that an artillerist can make, I can't do because
You can make alchemist fire, honey.
I can.
And just throw it at
Anyway.
people and you become the flamethrower.
I,
What was
You're
your
welcome. You can have that
it was
one.
it was
free.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Shoving your head deep enough into the maw of this adult dragon, you see what so many people have had their last vision
Look at
be.
me, Proximus. Ah!
Winnie, you do note that there is, far beyond the gullet of the dragon, there does seem to be a nozzle of sorts, something that would, like the end of a hose, something that would expel something outwards. I also need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you trigger it.
What if little Jeffrey helps by pulling me back?
He can give you. I don't see how that's advantage. Little Jeffrey helping you.
That's a nat 20 for 26.
Lucky.
Okay. 26 is good enough as you carefully remove your
Thank
head
God.
without basically setting off the fire extinguisher, but reversed, of this red dragon. This fire extinguisher?
The flamethrower?
No.
Fire starter.
Fire bad.
Hey, so yeah, there's stuff in there. There's bad stuff in the mouth. Hey, does it actually go off, or am I out of there in time for it to, like?
It does not. You do not trigger it by by putting your head in or removing.
I didn't know if I like got out in time
If
before.
you touch the sides.
Yeah. So
Right.
A, don't go crawling around the mouth
operation.
without being real careful. Don't count on little Jeffrey to help you, because I guess he won't. And yeah, Acacia, there's stuff in there for sure.
Great. Scarlett, do you still want to sit on it?
All at the same time, yeah. I feel like if we all sit on it, like if we all sit on it,
depress
at the
all
same
of them
time,
at the same time. Got it.
it might be okay.
Right.
I hate this
To
idea.
be
So do
clear,
I, but I don't have anything else.
to be clear, the room is circular again, or is it like a
Circular.
okay? And the
Sorry.
throne is in the center, and then the dragon heads are facing what direction?
All towards the center.
Okay. Okay.
And-
Well,
Can we talk about this just a little bit further?
Yeah.
So it's a high back chair. It's very large, right? It would be essentially a shield if you waited for the back to be at
A specific dragon.
a specific dragon and
Yes.
Mhm.
push the button, correct? So
Yeah.
maybe we need to
Do
do
one at
that.
a time?
Depress it. What's that?
One at a time.
While it's rotating.
While it's at the specific dragon that would be shielded by the back.
I like that.
Because I feel like it would be blast us all 5
yeah.
at the same time if we press all of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So how could all of us sit in it and only press one? Is my
We
question.
just stand like here's the throne, and here's the back of the throne, and we all just kind of stand like this.
I think we don't need everyone to sit on it. I think
just gotta make sure
one at a
we-
time. One person depress it, make sure everyone else is behind it.
Derek, is
Mhm.
there a you know how in the banquet room a hole opened up so we can go down? Is there something similar, like a depression or like where
Mm.
Oh.
a place might open
Fancy
up under the
pattern.
throne?
I will check with my ethereal eye.
Yes, actually, Proximus. As you go to look beneath the throne, it absolutely does. The pedestal would lift up, and you do note that there is a space beneath.
Did you tell us that?
I think there's something here underneath.
What is it?
It looks like a hatch.
Can we just open the hatch?
Can we?
Because
Give me a strength, basically an attack, an athletics check, something like that, to push the throne over.
Can I help?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You all can muscle it up. Yeah.
Let's go.
My
Well,
strength is
Jeffrey will help
9.
too.
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
muscling anything.
my
Let's see.
So I'm
Like
gonna
all
use
of Kayla's Baldur's
athletics.
Gate characters, she stands in the back with her arms crossed in a sassy look.
Woody will help as best she can by either staying out of the way or actually
All
helping.
right, okay.
Well,
So
that's
be
a
at Proximus.
14 plus 9. That's 23.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay,
Right?
I do somehow have a +5 to my athletics. So.
We need to figure out where you get these bonuses from.
I don't know.
With Proximus and Acacia pushing together, the throne topples over onto its side, exposing a hatchway beneath and another spiral staircase. And it is at that time that you see carved into the bottom of the throne, it says, "None are greatest."
Mm.
You have solved my dragon puzzle and took no damage. How dare you all?
All right, let's go. The next hallway.
Hell yeah. Go
Great
team.
idea, Acacia.
No, thanks.
It's just
good,
like look below it. Like, oh yeah.
good idea, Proximus.
My
We're pushing it over.
alternative-
Look under the couch.
My alternative was going to be enlarging little Jeffrey and having him sit on it.
Version 10.
Version 10. Go down the hatch.
Let's go.
Yeah, I imagine that it's like single file types hatch. I mean the
It's another spiral. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with the word spiral today.
right
Spiral staircase.
yeah.
It is single file to go down that,
Okay.
and but it's very similar to the one that you came through before.
I hate all these enclosed spaces.
Right.
Do you want to be? Well, you
Um,
could make yourself littler if you wanted to be.
No, I can't. I already used my wild shapes.
If it would improve your mental health a lot, I could make you little,
Small acacia?
medium question mark.
You want
What
me
are
to be pony sized?
I mean, yes,
Yes.
but also
No, I think
Well,
I think I'm better use. As much as it sucks, I think it's just better if I stay regular size.
okay. I mean, it only lasts a minute, so
For your entertainment and the not wasting a spell slot, you
Let's-
can make me pony sized another day.
Thank you.
right, yeah. When we're not in a dungeon.
I would love
I'll
to be
take
Weasel again.
I'll take point unless anybody else is urging to go first.
No, go for it.
Weasel Acacia's best Acacia.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Moving downwards through this spiral staircase, you reach your next hallway. Eventually, the spiral staircase just kind of opens up, and you find yourself in probably the widest room so far. It is a room of. Actually, I'll ask this: Proximus, is your divine sense still on? Do you maintain that for a period of time?
I believe. Hold on. I think that.
Isn't it like a minute or 10 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't think it's super long.
I think it's like echolocation. Like it just goes out, and I see what I see, and then it's away.
Okay. I
So-
would say that you would not need your
I can
divine
hit it
sense.
again.
Yeah,
That's 6
I'm
charges.
not going to say that you even need it as the stench of death hits all of you.
Oh.
This is a room of skeletons and corpses, and it's almost a like a cairn of sorts. Like it's a catacomb.
Mm.
In some ways, as the hallway seems to be made of skulls and bones, all just set into the foundation,
Into the wall.
and yeah, into the wall itself. And all along the wall as well, you can see that, again, to reference Skyrim weirdly twice in a game, that there are corpses that are stood up almost as if they are in their like a standing coffin, lining the wall in all different states of decay and disrepair. There are stacks like pyramids of skulls all over the floor. Bones line everything. You can see rats scurrying across. This, more than anything else, has been the most dungeon-like space that you have found yourself in. No longer are you in the clean hallways and like New York train system of the 1900s. It just reeks of necrosis. What's up, Mayor?
You said there were rats crawling around?
There are,
Can I get on my knees and cast Speak with Animals?
for sure.
So I get on my knees. Hey you.
Hello. Yes.
Hey. So what are you doing down here?
Searching for food.
Um,
What are you doing? Do you have food?
I do. Maybe I can give you some food if you can help me with something. Have you seen other people come down here at some point in this room?
What, M's? Looking over to the skeletons.
No, not bones. Like other like alive people in the past, like us.
Yeah, we was a while ago, I think. There was a bunch of them, and there was the big turtle man, and he was not happy.
What?
But he was bringing them down here. He was.
What about before that? What happens when people walk through this room? Do like the skeletons attack them, or like what goes on in here?
Oh yes, they're very rude.
The skeletons.
some of them got a little more meat than that. So I suppose skelly-ish tins, sure.
So they attack. Anything else I should know about the room? Like that we don't want to get hurt, and we just want to get out of the room on the other side. Because I'm assuming there's a door somewhere down there, or like a staircase.
Yeah, just points at right through there.
Okay, so if
There's
we
a couple
start
of holes you can sneak into too.
holes. Oh,
Mhm.
but you fit into them, right?
Yes,
Okay, I can't fit into those, so I'll let you have your holes. Okay.
thank you.
So yeah, they're gonna attack us and stuff. Anything else? Are there like stones that press down? Like if someone big steps on them?
I don't think so. This is where the big turtleman takes all of the people. Well, he would bring people down here sometimes, but they wouldn't be moving, and he would just add them to the piles. And then he'd do some wibbly wobbly green spell stuff and say, "You're going to stay here for later." And then anytime people come through here, they get back up, and they get very hungry.
Okay.
And then those people tend to stay.
Okay.
Can I have my food now?
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. And I'll take
Okay.
out some food and I'll give him the little guy some food.
Do we hear Acacia? Is Acacia talking rat, or is the
I feel
rat
like-
talking Acacia?
Yeah, like a centaur has gotten all the way down. It's like,
No, I
Right,
like to
right.
imagine it's you hear one side of the conversation.
Acacia
Okay.
side, right? I'm like, oh, in the background.
Yeah, I'll give him
It's
some
not-
food.
it's not full Kronk speaking squirrel. It's
Oh.
squeak 'em, squeaker, squeaker, squeak. Squeaker, squeaker, squeak.
If you here you go. And if you ever here you go. Here's your food. Here's a little
Thank
bit of
you.
fresh water if you want some fresh water.
Appreciate it. Don't stay down here. People tend to stake them all they stay.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
some dried fish, and yeah, like dried salmon, smoked salmon pellets that I have. Start passing them out.
Okay.
Oh, the
So-
rats are just like starting to scurry up and like surround you at this point.
Yes, yes,
Some of them are
yes.
standing on their hind legs.
I'm sorry,
Rat
are we feeding
hugs.
the rats lox and bagels? Is this the treat they're getting?
They're proper New York rats.
I want my
Sorry, I
salmon
gave this
bagel.
one a speech impediment because of his rat teeth, but the rest of them are like, all right, this is appropriate. Tell the fish man we appreciate this bullshit. Our family to your family, from us to yours.
So
And
I'll
come to
yell.
me for one favor on this, the
Yes.
day of my rat daughter's wedding.
We have fed the rats. Yeah, so this is where Ogden takes all of the other people who die in the dungeon and leave them here. And also there's definitely undead in here and they will attack us.
Oh,
Hey, yeah. I don't like that.
Excuse
so
me,
yeah, I will. Oh,
would you like us to take out the dead folks that would come after you? We can hold them off. I've got a small rat army as a family, I do.
Would you?
Oh, it's not a thing. You gave us plenty of fish and whatnot. Honestly, finding food down here is incredibly hard. We've been talking about moving for weeks now, so this is good enough to get us on to somewhere better, I think. We used to just eat the people that were brought down here, but it's been few and far between, to be honest.
Yeah, if you don't mind helping us, and as long as you're going to be safe and you're not going to get hurt, we would love the help.
Oh, it's no big deal. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it was about a year ago, roughly. They brought like 60 people down here all at once. Don't know what happened there.
60.
It was something like that. Oh, the turtle man was all sad about it. He wasn't just happy normally. He said that there was a bunch of his own people.
Oh. Okay, that sounds terrible.
We ate.
You ate. But yeah, that would be wonderful if you don't mind, and as long as but if you about to get hurt, please don't hurt yourself for us.
They don't even
Acacia.
pay attention to us.
Okay.
Acacia, tell
Yes.
them if they help us that we will feed them more fish, and we have room on ship.
Do
we
we
have
wanna-
the room on our ship, right?
Do you want
Connery is
Are
going to lose his ever-loving
You
mind.
inviting
that is-
rats on our ships?
Demona will
This is
like.
Yeah,
That's a good
do you
point.
we can
That's a good
take
point.
you out of
Yes.
here if you want to
Okay. Well-
join us. You can
Yeah,
go
we
up to
could've-
the surface.
Yeah, help them to the surface.
that's good.
We will.
That's-
Yeah.
We can get to the surface just fine. I know the way out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
This was just a place of opportunity. I appreciate it nonetheless, but to be honest, I can smell a Trisham on you, and as much as it's faint, I don't need that in my life.
I understand.
That makes sense.
I
yes.
respect myself and my rat body.
You're just looking for a new home base.
We're just looking to go where the food goes. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Yeah.
Okay. If any of you are looking to be a chef, however, wouldn't mind me messing with your hair. I've been studying. No, we're not doing a ratatouille. Got a cousin I do named Remy. Okay. I have one of my favorite podcasts, Dungeons and Daddies. I'm gonna plug it right here, where they describe riding a horse as doing a ratatouille, and it's like every time a person rides an animal, is that doing a reverse ratatouille? Think about it. Okay, you the rats start squeaking all together. The rat that Acacia was speaking to almost like creates like regimental lines of these rats that just seem to be just like flooding from all of these external spaces.
I look at everyone else. They're gonna help us get by.
Hey, that's nice.
Yes.
No little Jeffrey, no new friends. I think he's probably like reaching for one. Not the one that.
He's already hugging one.
Jeffrey, let it go.
It's
Let him
just
go.
like it's just trying to get away. Yeah. Okay. You watch as a proverbial flood of rats spreads out from all of these external spaces, all of these little holes and gaps in the wall, and like, you know, parting the Red Seas, they all seem to move around your feet and start tackling and like covering all of these corpses, who begin to reanimate all around you, but find themselves just absolutely covered, just vexed by rats. For every one they fling off, another two vex them. Again, to reference a very obscure Doctor Doom panel from one of my favorite comics. Squirrel Girl panel. You all see that there is another door with now 5 locks at the end of the room. I am going to roll for the rats and see how successful they are in holding back while you do your checks. If they are not super successful, you might get some attacks, as you see there are now corpses pulling themselves from the wall, pulling bones from piles, coming from seemingly everywhere around you, and reaching out for you, the rats trying to stem the tide. So, yes, please.
Let's go.
Okay. As you all are working the door, I'm going to anything that comes, I am fighting it.
Okay.
So
I will attack
covering the rear.
first.
Yep.
Okay.
May I, because Winnie has this weird like primal like seeing all the rats line up, it triggers something in her, like some sort of Germanic folklore sleeper agent. And she's going to grab her viol out of little Jeffrey as they're like scampering ahead, and she's gonna play a little like regimental jig. I can't think of a single title off the top of my head, but like a little musical accompaniment to this rat attack. And as hilarious as I think it would be to give bardic inspiration to the rats, I am going instead to imbue Proximus with a little bardic flair.
Okay. All right.
Is that a D6?
It's a D6, yeah, for 10 minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Rat attack happening. Let's get some. Let's actually roll for initiative for this, as we go to unlock these 5 locks. We keep us a little more structured. So let's see here. Ooh. All right, Winnie with a 1.
15.
I'm sorry, technically that's a 6.
Oops.
That's my
47.
That's not 40. It's not 47. It's
Okay, there we
17.
go.
We're
17.
so
Okay.
good at this, y'all.
I'm typing the wrong thing.
All right.
47.
Kayla, what was yours?
I have to do math. It's 15.
Okay. So do you or Acacia want to go first?
My dex is
I have a
plus
5.
3.
I probably should go first.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Acacia goes first.
And then, okay. That's going to be the order. So rats are going to go first. I'm going to have a swarm of rats.
I love them.
Yes.
You will watch as this this swarm of rats, not I don't think diseased variant is what we necessarily want. But you will watch as the swarm of rats begin to just pour over these undead who are coming after you. They're going to do their attack. With that, you watch as like almost like one of the more skeletal ones just literally crumbles away as the rats just tear away at whatever sinew is holding it still together. Proximus, as you are stemming the tide as well, what would you like to do?
Two of the closest undead with I want to take strikes on one of them. Two hits. Well, I think I would hit one and then see how it ends up.
Yeah, absolutely.
One attack on the closest one.
There we go.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
so that is what is it to hit? Plus 11. Okay. So 27
27 absolutely hits.
hits. He's going to burn a divine smite. That is 19. And at level 1, he gets it's undead, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that is 9, 15. $25 points of damage. That is 12 is radiant.
Okay. You fell one. They only have let's see, what is that? They have 25 hit points actually. So
Okay.
you were able to slash through one of them.
And then I'm gonna hit the other one with
Okay.
my backswing. So as he brings the glaive down, he's gonna spin it around and ooh, yeah, nice. 28, 20, 32 to hit.
Yeah,
Because-
absolutely. They have an AC of 10.
Arctic inspiration is fucking out of control. Okay. That is 12. Another divine smite. $24 points of damage, and that is 12. 12 is radiant.
Fantastic. Yeah. So with one of them standing with 1 hit point, I will use the rat damage to take that one down. So you fell 2, seeing that there are just about a dozen more pulling themselves from the walls heading towards you.
Just trying to get the closest ones away from y'all.
Absolutely. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. Yeah. Bonus action. I am going to use because we took a short rest, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Aura of Infinite Seas. It's going to be the spinal cord starts to form like a watery form as the rib cages go all the way around all of us, and you all get, what is it, D6, so that is 10 temporary hit points.
Cool. All right.
That's me.
So what I'm going to do is roll a d12 at disadvantage to see how many actually are able to attack you, and then they will also have disadvantage on their attack rolls. So there was 7 were able to attack, out of those 7, only 3 are going to be able to hit Proximus at disadvantage. So Proximus, you and all are only going to take 14 hit points
Hold
of
on.
damage.
How many
Yes.
of them hit?
Only 3.
They all hit, even at disadvantage?
At disadvantage, yes.
I'm gonna use one of the for one of them, I'm gonna use my cosmic omens of woe. So remove a d6, 1d6 from that one of the attacks.
Okay. Would you like to roll that? Would you like me to?
I'll do it super quick.
Cool.
It's only a 1, unfortunately. So minus
Okay.
1.
Literally, one of them only rolled 1 die of damage. So that will take them out. So we'll say that takes out their 1 plus 3, so that's 4 damage worth. So yes.
No, it's the attack roll.
The entire attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
they rolled a 1 on their damage die, so it's essentially like you're taking out one of them from. Yeah. So
Thank you. Yes.
that's 5 plus 8 plus 6, so 11, 19. So I'm sorry, 19 points of slashing damage. They have the rusted long swords, and then I will need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Oh.
Do we have tetanus shots in tomorrow?
It's literally to contract blue rot, which is it is kind of like fantasy tetanus, weirdly enough.
Fantasy
Gross.
tetanus.
Oh gosh. It's not a disease, is it?
I'm actually looking it up because I wasn't overly familiar with it. Blue rot. It says C sidebar, and then it doesn't give me a sidebar. That's super helpful.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, D&D. There we go. It is a disease. Are you immune to
I'm
diseases?
immune to disease because
Perfect.
of my 5 levels of paladin. Well, 6 total, but 5th level.
Okay,
got me
that's
that.
very good because it's very gross.
Yes. So
okay.
I automatically succeed.
Automatically succeed. Cool.
Hmm.
Acacia, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try and undo one of the locks.
You got it.
6 plus 15, so 21.
21 does it.
Okay, so that's done. And I'm gonna just prep my staff and bonus cast Shillelagh on it to
Cool.
bash them.
All right. Scarlet, it is your turn.
How many are able to like get close to us, or the rats aren't able to hang?
Technically, all 12 of them are reasonably able to get close. The way
Okay.
that I'm kind of rolling it is how well the rats can hold them back,
Okay.
which is with D12 with disadvantage.
Okay. I would like to attack 3 of them with Eldritch Blast, please.
Okay.
Por favor.
Yeah. Yeah, they all have reduced hit points and are at disadvantage for almost everything because of your rat solution. So
Yay,
you can
rats.
reasonably take them out. Eva, you look like you're going through a crisis right now. You okay?
I was missing a proficiency. We're fine. It's fine. We're good.
You're doing great.
21, 29, and 17.
Yes. Again, they have 10 AC. These are just wet corpses. Please
One
blast away.
takes 9 points.
Okay.
Another takes 6 points, and another takes 8.
Okay, so 15 plus 8, what is that? That's 23. Okay. You could concentrate all 3 and reasonably take out 1 if you would like, or you could definitely disperse it through 3 different ones.
Do 3 different ones and take out the one.
Cool. All right. You blast. The rats seem to see the spell coming and like create little openings where the Eldritch Blast can hit.
Let's say
little rat
if I
targets.
need to spend sorcery points to get careful, I will. But
It's all good. I'm not gonna let you hurt the
I
rats.
don't want to hurt the rats.
Okay. With that, then, Winnie, it is your turn.
Yeah. So then I start blasting.
Or you could unlock a lock. There are 5 locks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Let me at him, boss. I want to unlock a lock. Just lock picking.
All right. 4. Yes. Yeah. There are 4 locks left.
That
This
is
is a DC 21. Yeah. Acacia just made it.
Well, it's
Getting
25.
progressively harder.
Yeah, no, that
25 does it.
rolled a 5. It was a near thing. Okay. And I think that's... Unless is anyone super injured, I think that's it for me.
Okay. It's back to the rats, who are, going to continue swarming, and doing little bits of damage here and there. Swarm of rats does not. It's a 1/4 CR, so they're not taking out these undead all by themselves. But if you have an extra couple of hit points that need to take somebody out, that's where the rats come in. So they'll continue imposing disadvantage. So Proximus, you are up.
All right, I am going to the ones that I'm gonna choose 2 that Scarlet hit that are the closest, and I'm going to
Absolutely, yeah.
strike them. And that dice went on the floor. 16 to hit one, and 18 to hit the other.
Nice. Let's say, what's your plus to hit?
11.
So you literally can't miss.
I mean,
Yeah. You can roll to see if you get a nat 20. Yeah. Well,
you
yeah,
break
I
your
guess.
glaive.
I guess.
Yeah.
You don't break. Yeah. You break your super magical God-given glaive.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's what the dice roll.
Yeah, that's what would happen. That's what my character would do. Thank you for the
Listen,
giggle.
not an
I appreciate-
antagonistic GM, okay? It's just
No,
what the
you're-
world.
you-
It's realistic, okay?
What happened? Okay, so that is so +6, so that's 15. I'm gonna do a divine smite at level 1. That is 3. I like it when it's undead because that helps. That is 26 damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the second one-
That'll carry over.
Ooh,
So
10.
you said you were taking out one of them. 26. Let's see. And then 6. So you would carry over 9 points of damage into another one, which was already damaged, but not down just yet.
Okay. So that one I am going to, that is 16 points of damage. I'm not going to burn a spell slot for that one. So
Okay.
I'm not going to divine smite it, but it is, what did I say, 16?
16.
Plus
So
0,
that'll take out
points of damage.
2 on your turn, and we'll say the damage carries over. They're all kind of clumped together. There's zombie hoarding after you. So your glade cuts are carrying through into the next one, kind of channeling that damage through. Awesome. Okay. Well, with 2 fewer undead, is there anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna do another round of, that is 8 temporary hit points to everyone. So if they didn't take damage, then no biggie. You can keep the other one. But all right, I'm good.
Cool. I'm going to do attacks for the 4 of them. Let's see. So I'm sorry. I rolled my d12, subtracted 2 from it, since you took 2 out. So that was 6 minus 2 gives me 4 that are going to attack. Only 2 are going to be able to hit. 1 actually got a nat 20. So, Proximus, you are going to take...
I'm going to use my woe thing again for the second. For one of them, you can choose.
Okay.
So it's a
So-
D6. You're going to subtract a D6.
Yeah.
-5.
-5. Okay. So,
you get
let's see.
Proximus. Thank you.
Yeah, whenever this happens, there's just like a bright sparkle of stars like in front of whoever I'm focusing on. So it's just kind of like, get away. Be distracted.
I love that
Yes.
flavor.
So, Proximus, you're only going to take, what is that? That's
So I don't. Yeah. So I
So-
don't know if it -5 from one of the attacks prevented it from hitting. So
Yeah, again, literally, well, I'm going to subtract 5 from the one I was going to double. It rolled a 5 on the die, so it just makes it easy. I'm not going to double the die anymore. So approximately you take 13 points of slashing damage from a couple more rusty long swords. Maybe rusty longsword is my my bad drag name.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or it can be a new bar that you
there we go.
use later.
Yeah. Yeah, rusty longsword. Maybe it's a cousin I have somewhere. Acacia, it is your turn. You have 3 locks left.
yeah, I'm gonna try and just continue working on the locks.
You got it.
I fail because I got a nat 1.
That one. Okay. Okay.
You just hear me cursing.
Acacia, roll me a luck check. This is going to be a 50-50, highs or lows.
Okay.
I will let you call it, actually. So over 10 or under 10? Or I guess 10 or under or over 10? Yeah. Highs or lows? On your D20.
I'm gonna call highs.
Highs.
And this is
Okay.
just 1d20, right?
Yes.
No, I got a 2.
Okay. All the locks reset.
No! You hear a lot of cursing in Sylvan, Elvish.
All the languages.
Oh, man.
When he just stares at the lock, she just finished like, what just
It just
happened?
flips back to a middle finger.
It reset. Fuck.
Scarlet, it is your turn. We are going to finish out the round here, and then we'll go to break.
Fine, I just hear a lot of cussing behind me.
In a variety of languages, yeah.
A variety of languages. I do not understand any of them. Okay. It's miscellaneous cursing.
10 more undead left. 1 is already damaged.
Okay. Since I'm shit at lockpicking and don't have a kit, I'm gonna go with the defense is my best. Defense is my best offense. Whatever that quote is.
I will say this is often an overlooked aspect of Dungeons and Dragons, but locks do have ACs and damage thresholds.
They do.
You can damage a lock
can
to
just-
but I feel
technically.
like
Mess
they're
'em up.
magic locks.
No, we don't know.
We don't know if
yeah.
the door's magic.
Listen, if you start blasting, Acacia ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah.
If it
also,
works, it
they've
works.
already been reset, so
Yeah, but I only have 3 blasts per Eldritch Blast. I don't have.
Just throwing it out there. You're more than welcome to blast away undead instead.
I also do still have Dimension Door that we could just use in the door instead of unlocking it.
Also true.
But only one of us can get through. One
Yep.
plus another.
so
I would have
two
to
of us
cast
could
it.
get through, and you'd be
Yes.
stuck.
Well, can't you turn into a fart?
Yes. If. Well, that still leaves one of us back here with the skeletons.
It's fine. I'll take a nap. Then I'll turn into a rat. It's fine. Anyway, Scarlet. What you doing?
I'll blast the door.
Okay.
It just goes right over my shoulder. Shit.
Just heads up. 17, 25, and 17 again.
The 25 will hit the lock.
Ugh. Okay, well then that's a whole 2 points of damage.
Okay. One of the locks gets a little fucked up, but is still intact.
Well, that doesn't fucking work.
Kind of worked. Just has more hit points. It's like the lock doesn't have 2 hit
True.
points. Winnie, it is your turn.
Wasn't expecting a 17 not to hit a door.
That's the lock specifically. It's a 21 to unlock it. It's a 21 to hit it.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
fancy
can point
doors.
blank it. You still got that gun? Point blank it.
Blast them.
It has 1 shot and there's 5 locks. I'm gonna vicious mockery the lock. No.
Love that Clint Eastwood
No.
line.
I'm a start over again and pick the lock.
Okay.
So sorry, Winnie.
It's fine. That's a 9, 24, 29.
Absolutely. Okay. One lock down, 4 to go. That's where we're going to take our break. Stick around, folks. We will be back with more rat undead lock-picking hijinks. Thanks for sticking around. We will have more for you soon. Go ahead and do the things. We'll be back in about 10 to 15.
Bye.
Say hi to Percy.
Hi, Percy. Look at his face.
Vast, and welcome back to Horizon's Call, everybody. Let's jump back into the stuff. Before we do, I do want to say that if you do want to show a little bit of financial appreciation for the stories that we tell, for the characters that have been created, for the cast/crew that you see before you, should you be willing and able, both those qualities important together, to do so, can always tip through pally.gg. Anything you tip gets evenly distributed based on shares to, again, the cast and crew you see here. And can also impact our game. Can give crits, can give advantages, can give black spots. They could use some advantages. They could use some crits right now as they are in a combat/unlocking sort of maneuver right now. Although they have found a really neat solution to kind of subvert some of the stuff. So, let's jump back into top of the order here with the rats. The rats are going to nibble a little bit. I'm actually going to roll to see if they get a crit, because if they get a crit, they might be able to take out one of the undead. I'm going to go ahead and double their damage. I was just saying that to say it, but I can't believe I rolled a nat 20 for the rats. Okay.
Yeah, rats!
And max damage. You watch as the rats nibble away one of these. I didn't even describe these undead. These undead, there's a lot of water in this room here, and so a lot of the flesh that might be hanging onto these things, please use your safety cards, is bloated in some places, and definitely has a wet stench to the death in here. I am using the stat block for drowned assassins, so there is a level of wetness to all of this. But you watch as the rats basically just gnaw away all of the little remaining tendons, all the things holding these bodies together, and they just crumple to the ground. That leaves you with, you've taken out 3 of 12, so 9 left. You have 1 lock out of 5 down, and with that, Proximus, it is your turn.
I cheer, free action, cheer on the rats. Fucking love them. And then I will hit 2 of the closest.
Okay.
All right. Remind me, Bardic Inspiration is just one-time deal, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm doing that right.
So absolutely, you do have
17 on 1.
That'll hit.
Good.
No, it's just, please roll. I was just gonna say, reaching skeletal hands coming towards your face, these gnawing, chattering skeletal teeth, and these rusty long swords all coming after you.
And 14 for the other one.
14 still hits. Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, Drowned Blade is what I'm using, not Drowned Assassin. Drowned Blade felt more appropriate. And Weakened version something.
Ooh, nice. So 16 for 1, and it is, well, I'm going to do my Divine Smite. 8. 13 radiant damage and 9 points of regular slashing damage to 1.
Okay, 22 in total.
It's 12 slashing, and ooh, that's nice. 16 points of radiant damage to the other.
Okay. Okay, so
he's
all in
spin
all,
his glaive around and then push it out, and it's gonna hit both in the head. the same
That is
time.
exactly enough to take out 2. So, Proximus, you take out another 2, bringing us down to 7 drowned blades. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action. That is 12 temporary hit points to everyone
Nice.
within 30 feet of me. Maximum effort. All right. I'm done.
Okay. Next up, then we have the undead. So, let's see. You've taken me down to 7 here. If I had a D6, or if I had a D7, I would roll that. But, let's see here. What do we got? So, I rolled a 12, and you've taken out essentially. So I guess I'm just going to all 7 are going to attack. We're gonna have maximum effort from the undead here. So you do have a high AC, and they only have a +5. So let's see what we got here. Nope. The highest roll they got was a 13, so even then that would just be an 18, and that does not hit your 19 AC. Very ineffectually, these drowned blades slash against your armor, and you are able to deflect with both with your mithril armor, but also with your glaive, pretty expertly against 7 undead who are all clamoring at you, covered in rats. With that, then let's go to Acacia. 4 locks are wait.
I'm gonna try again. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Disadvantage. I got a 12 plus 15, so that's 27.
27 does it. Another lock is unlocked. 3 left. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Cool. Scarlet, you have damaged 1 lock. You otherwise have 7 undead left. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna go for the undead because they seem easier than the lock.
Fair enough.
22, 27, 21.
All 3 hit.
Woo! 1 gets 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Another gets 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And another gets 4.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. So Scarlet, as you are spreading the love of your damage, anything else for your turn?
No,
Okay.
just still grumbling about the lock.
You and me both.
Winnie, it is your turn.
Yeah, hi, hello.
Yeah, hi, hello.
Hi, I'm Winnie.
Hi.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
do another lock, please. 9, 24, 29.
Yeah. So 3 locks down. 2 more to go. All right. Rats will continue. Let's see. The most damage. They might be able to take one out. The one's got 15 hit points left. So let's see if I can get another crit out of these rats. Nah, it was only 11. Okay. They're going to keep imposing disadvantage and adding damage to finish off where they can. So with that, Proximus, it is your turn.
All right. Proximus is going to, since he has 1 level 2 spell slot and no level 1 spell slots, he's just going to hit normal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, ways all of them. And he's going to go for 2 that's 14 on both. To hit the ones that Scarlet already hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's 9 points of damage for one and 12 for the other.
Okay. Proximus, with some rat assistance, you are able to take out 2 more, leaving just 5 remaining.
I want to move closer to those 5. As I'm knocking those 2, I want to get, because I'm picturing like a hallway. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we're in a hallway. So I want to create more room for Winnie, Acacia, and Scarlet by moving closer to the enemies.
Okay. I really like that. Let's say, what would that be? Let's call this a shove, and I will give this to you as a free action because I think this is really cool. So what we're going to do is, let's see, using the attack action, make a special attack, knock a prone or push it away if you're able to make multiple attacks to the attack. Okay, target, blah blah blah. So make an athletics check, and I will contest it against the highest athletics I can roll of 5 of them. So I'm going to roll an athletics check for all 5. If you can't beat whatever the highest one is,
17 plus 9, 26.
Okay. They have
Going
only
hard
a
in the
plus
paint.
3 to their... Or no, actually, that's the wrong stat block. They have... Well, they do have a plus 3 to their strength. Okay.
Oh.
So that's an 18. That's an 8. That's a 10. That's a 13. That's a 7. So I think 18 was the highest one I had. I think you beat that. So, keeping your glaive horizontal, you were able to basically crowd control and push back this this swarm of undead, getting a little bit more room, breathing space for your companions.
Yeet.
Awesome. It is the undead's turn. They have nothing else to target but you, Proximus. So, let's see here.
I was built for this.
That's going to be all 5 of them attacking again. Okay. Let's get dice rolled. Okay, that's going to be a little bit rougher. That's going to be 4 hits.
I'm gonna use Cosmic Omen on one of them
Okay.
to remove a d6 from the attack roll. Not
Okay.
the damage roll, the attack roll.
Oh, from the attack roll. Okay.
Yeah, it's always been the attack roll. So minus 3
I got you.
from one of
That's
them,
right. That's right. Yeah.
From one of them.
Okay.
Minus 3.
Minus 3 will remove one of the attacks.
Hell yeah.
So
Yes.
only
Cue sparkles in the face.
only 3
These
will
sparkles are
hit you
great,
then.
Acacia. Keep it up.
I'm trying.
I know. I am too.
9. So that is going to be 21 points of slashing damage towards Proximus as these rusty blades are able to cut through. All right, Kaisha, it is your
I feel
turn.
like they stabbed together. Like,
Oh, yeah,
right
they're
in the
like,
chinks
they're
of the armor.
coordinating
Like,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Cutting the
gonna...
arms because you've got them pushed back, so they're cutting at the weak points. They're cutting at the
Right.
fleshy bits. Yeah.
I am going to do another... Trying to do another, unlock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say? 2 left.
I don't think that hits. I think I'm... Oh, wait, no, I can roll my thing. So I rolled a 4 plus 15, which is a 19. But I do have my
Flash of-
psionic abilities to, if I don't succeed on a roll, I can use one of my psionic energies that Jais to add to it.
Okay.
So let's see
Yes.
if this succeeds.
You just need 2.
I got a 2. Let's go.
Fantastic. All right. 1 lock
Yes.
left. Scarlet, it is your turn.
One lock, Scarlet. It could have your name on it.
Nope,
the
not
one Scarlet
chancing
hit.
that.
It's the one Scarlet hit with an Eldritch Blast just sitting there taunting her.
Literally. I just don't. Because not only do I have to beat AC, I have to beat whatever
Right.
whatever
The
like hit points
damage.
it has.
Which is
yeah.
2 less than it was originally. So
That's true.
No,
unless it
I'm
healed
just
when it reset, which would be a whole
Oh,
other
wait.
kettle of fish.
Can I also
Sir
yell
Don
at...
Locks. Yes.
Can I also
Hit him.
yell over at Proximus and give him a healing word?
Yeah, sure.
You got this, Proximus. That's all I'm saying. You get 5 hit points back. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, no, I
Fantastic.
appreciate it.
Wait, do the rats need
100%.
healing? Have I been
No, they're fine.
neglecting
The rats have not been targeted.
Okay.
they're nuisances, but not the target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to the
I like
undead,
that.
it's
I like that.
they're just part of the environment. They're not even like visible of them. Like they're not swatting the rats off. They're just coming
I
after
love
you.
that.
It's like when you're like dealing with kids and they're like going on, like holding on to your ankles. That's like the rat
Right, and you're still
equivalent.
walking. They're just along for the ride.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
is Proximus like stood and like braced?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Proximus has pushed
Michael?
them all back. Yeah, this is very crowd
And, like,
control position. Yeah.
Would Proximus be standing almost like, I don't want to say like full squat, but like, like centering your weight, like bearing down your
Bracing.
weight.
Oh yeah, leaning into
yeah.
it for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. How pressed are those cheeks?
Oh,
Bear
they're
with
pressed.
me.
Yeah.
They're full clench.
I'm just gonna Proximus heads up, and I'm going to stand on either side of like your braced thighs. And I would like to cast Shatter, but carefully.
You gonna shatter them cakes?
I
We need them cakes.
No, that's why I'm using the careful spell.
Oh, thunder wave! They just ripple.
There's no jiggle because he got no fat on them cheeks.
God, the clap just shatters everything around you. Just
Yeah, I don't actually cast Shatter. I just give Proximus an ass a good smack.
yeah, just
It's
just the kinetic energy channels through. Yeah, it's kind of like Gambit, but yeah.
Someone please clip that.
Frantic sendings to
Oh,
Phoenix
crying.
Landing about an HR department.
No, they can't. They can't. No, HR's not here. We can't get any
Once we
sendings
get
out.
out.
Yeah.
Who would be the HR
That is
department?
much closer than I thought we ever would be, Scarlet.
I'm worried it might be Valerie and her.
Oh, it's
Spy
Edgar.
rig.
It's Edgar.
Oh no.
Edgar in the
No.
HR department. Yes, please.
Really gonna piss off Edgar?
Who gave him a desk?
He made it himself. He whittled
Think
it
of
with his
how-
knife.
No,
Think of how small his little
it's
desk
his
is.
lap because
Oh my
otters.
god.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
with
a
his
massive otter.
On, like their stomach.
With his
He's
little
a river otter.
with his little armpit
I was
pocket.
just thinking it was Gustip and Edgar, and Gustip's just like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm tired of firing people. Who did you even hire in the first place?
Christ. I would like to expend a sorcery point to cast that carefully so
Oh.
Proximus doesn't have to make the save.
And the
It's
rats.
a con save, please.
And the rats. Protect the rats.
Yes. I'll
gosh.
protect rats. I can protect up to 5 creatures. Can we just say that the rats are 1 creature?
The horde.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
count as a swarm. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
man, that's great.
13 con save from all 5 of them. That's 1 failure. 2 failures.
2?
2 out of 5.
Don't take half
What?
damage.
They have a +3, so I rolled a 15, a 13, and a
Ridiculous.
17.
That's 11 points total.
Okay, 11 points total at both of them. I believe.
And then half damage on the ones who's failed.
And half damage on the ones who failed. Okay. And are they pushed back by that? I can't remember. Shatter. I get
No.
that and Thunderwave mixed up. Okay.
Right.
All right. Severely weakened though. Anything else for your turn, Scarlet?
No, they are made of organic matter. Never mind.
They
I'll
are.
shut up.
The goops. Yeah,
No,
they're
I
not
don't have
constructs.
anything else.
Yeah,
I'm just
the
now,
luck was a
I'm just now
construct.
like standing, like propped, really bad.
Yeah, it's like
feedback.
both hands just cupped for the
No,
the
I'm
shatter.
standing
Yeah.
up. My feet are.
That's
either...
what shatter looks like.
No,
All right, Winnie,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
I give up.
What is Marcus gonna say about this?
Winnie is has the stunned
Who's
condition
telling
this
him?
entire round just because she's trying to figure out what just happened. I do like how this entire room seems to be conspiring against Scarlet specifically.
Everybody
Because
needs
we're
an
in Ogden's
intelligence
vault.
saving throw
Yeah.
just to figure out what just happened.
Ogden's like, fuck that siren. Okay, I'm gonna go for the last lock.
Okay. Jeffrey opens his mouth, shines the gem of brightness on it. It's not like exactly where you need it, but you know he's trying his
just gonna
best.
say that. Thank you. Yeah. Working
Good job,
carefully
Jeffrey.
around the like slightly what is necrotic melt of the
One of
Yeah.
the pins is off center.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go. 18 and 15 is 33 38.
I would say more than enough, so you're good. You don't
Yeah,
have to do math.
yeah. Trust me,
anymore.
I thought about giving you disadvantage, but Scarlet didn't do enough damage to it with the 2 to justify that.
I'll take there's like
It's a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they had 15 hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Winnie, you have unlocked the last lock. The doors are made available to open before you. And there are 5 undead left. So, as we get to top of the order with the rats, and essentially move on then to Proximus, would you like to cut and run, or would you like to cut, then run? How much cutting do you want to do before you run?
Oh, also, like, while we're deciding that, how injured are we looking back there?
I think Proximus is the
that's-
problem.
Proximus looks 99 out of 149.
Oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought.
Okay.
I'm
so
not
Prox,
quite bloodied yet. Yeah.
what would you like to do for your turn?
Oh, me?
Yes, it is your turn.
Yeah. Oh.
Doors open!
So I got them all pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Some are hurt. I kind of want to do a shove move.
Please remember that you have a siren standing on you.
She did have more movement at the end of her turn, but why use it?
Just wanted to stay there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just in
Right.
case.
it's you know, looking these things up beforehand is probably a good idea. Gust of wind. They. Strength 18 saving throw. I'm gonna do gust of wind from where we're at against all 5 of these to push them back.
Okay.
Hopefully as far as I can.
So I
10
need a
15
dex
feet
save?
away. Yeah. No. 18 strength save.
Strength save. Okay, so they have a +3. So that first roll is only a 6. That's only a 9. Next one's a 16, 14, 8, and 17.
So push them back 15 feet.
Okay.
So I'm confused. Scarlet is underneath my legs?
No.
Over the top of
No,
what
it's
is
almo-
going
It's like a
It's like-
cheerleader pose.
Yes.
oh,
It's like almost piggybacking, but she's literally just standing
She's
on either
bringing
thigh.
on,
but, like,
yeah.
yeah.
so you
Yeah.
are on piggyback on my back.
Basically.
Okay,
But
Yeah.
I'm standing
cool.
on your thighs.
So when I move, my
I'm going
40
with
feet,
you.
You're going with me.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he says, "Hold on," and then he will.
I'm sorry, my brain went, hold on,
Eva.
Spider Monkey. And it's a little to Twilight.
So now we do need a Proximus butt cheeks emote in the server.
Yes, because
I guess we know who's
yeah.
looking at back chat.
Been a long time coming.
That's me. That's me. Caught. Red cheek. Red cheek.
a lot of
Yeah.
really good Proximus
I mean-
ass art out there, thanks to Michael.
There is
Michael
actually.
has done multiple
I-
booty cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
should've
draw
just cropped
Proximus
it.
naked a lot.
Eva, go crop right
Um,
now.
I'm on it.
Jeez.
Just like a hacker. I'm in. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I do in fact hold on.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I want to move 40 feet.
Okay. Yeah, the gust of wind pushes the remaining zombies and the rats covering them all back 15 feet, and you're able to move 40 in the other direction and essentially get through the doors. So as you push through the doors, they are opened and quickly closing behind. So out of combat order, as the zombies do not have they're going to be chasing after you is their thing. They're going to be coming after Acacia and Winnie. So just barely able to reach you with the rats on covering them. Are you both making it through the door?
I yell back at the rats, "Thank you so much!" And then I'll go through the door.
Yeah,
Just like a
Winnie's-
cacophony of no problems. Just yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Winnie. I'm also gonna grab Winnie. Let's go.
Winnie
Okay.
was there when the door was open.
Perfect.
Winnie's
Oh,
already
perfect. We're good.
Yeah.
We good.
When he
we good,
opened the
Chief.
door and went through.
We're going through.
I'm glad you guys are here now. Yeah.
All right.
Bad notes.
Leave snacks by the door.
I did. I was gonna throw the rest of my rations in.
Sure. Why not?
Rations.
Reactions to feed rats.
Yeah.
The doors close behind you. You hear all 5 locks go back into place.
And the sound of zombies hitting the door.
Right. The thud.
Yeah,
of
actually, you don't even
skeletons.
get that. It's almost like
No.
as soon as you leave the room, they have no reason to be animated anymore.
We don't exist.
Oh.
You find yourselves in again, lit from above, again, like, kind of like metal bars supporting an elongated type window that Proximus would probably guess goes to nowhere, streaming in this, like, yellowish golden light to a room that appears like a giant sandbox. Basically, you are standing on stone right now, but from wall to wall, for about 50 feet in front of you, is nothing but sand. At the very edge, the 50 feet away, at the opposite end, you see that there is a small staircase that leads up to another set of double doors. The dad note, as you go to look up at the archway where Curio had been carving in before, says that Ogden is well loved. And again, well loved being the part that looks like it's being crossed out.
So
Attempted
sad.
to be crossed out.
Ogden is well loved.
Do you think that he is the way that he is because he was not loved, or because he was just the way that he was and now he's not loved? You think?
I don't know.
We can ask him when we find him.
He
Did
hasn't
you
not
ever
been very
receive
nice to
parental
you
love?
either.
Yeah. All right. We got to figure out what's up with this room. Look around in this giant sand pit.
Yeah, go ahead and give me perception checks, please.
Wow, I love perceptions.
Ooh.
Six
a nat
plus.
20.
Sorry, 6 plus 14, 19.
19, okay.
32.
Not 20. 32. I think Acacia would see this. I think Woody would definitely see this. The sand seems to be unmoving. There's I would say there's something off about it that you would get with a perception check. It does not look like there's nothing like moving in it as far as you can tell. You're not like seeing tremors or anything. But there is just a strange nature to it. I'm not sure you'd be able to tell more than that with the perception. The other thing I think you all would notice is along the walls are small indentations in the carving. The walls are very smooth, not like you could easily traverse them, but yet there seem to be just little pinholes periodically in the walls that you find, I would say, with a roll that high, a little suspicious.
Can we agree that we probably don't want to walk on the sand?
Oh yes, not at all. Do you want me to fly and see this on the other side?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I also have an idea on how to get us across without touching the sand, because I can't fly right now. I don't know about Winnie and Scarlet, but right now, Proximus, you're the only one who can reliably fly. So maybe do a quick look over there, and then...
I was muted. Weird. I do have a little potion, if anyone does need to fly, but it's just like good for one person.
I'm very strong.
That's true. Weirdly, the potion doesn't seem to discriminate between types of people. So, yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
could carry Scarlet, and Acacia can carry you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And little Jeffrey can carry himself.
and you
That would
can
be
fly.
better than me wasting a very strong spell. So,
Same. Well, mine's not very strong, but
do we want to fly?
Do you want me to check out the other side first?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All things
see
being
what the-
equal.
Yeah.
So I need to get off your back now.
Actually, you could essentially go with me. I think we've
I'm already
already-
here.
You're already- yeah.
Piggyback.
Winnie will probably strike up the same little tune as before, and give you another bardic information. She's just gonna info dump about bards apparently, but that gives you a D6 for some reason. Listening to her new special interest.
Oh, you just reminded me that I need to look up like yeah, never mind.
Where is that going?
It was the conversation we had before, but it was the info dump thing that it triggered something in my
okay.
brain.
All right. Look.
I got scared.
Yeah.
See, who's
No,
your
it has nothing to do with this.
It was another full clinch.
It's
Yeah.
strange.
Even I had a strange conversation about why Jack is used in reference to cheese, and I just needed to make sure that it wasn't anything that was like really weird. But yeah, it's just my brain wanting to figure out why it's used. Anyway, neither here nor there. Shouldn't have actually opened my mouth. Let the inner thoughts get out.
The ADHD is strong
whoa.
today.
Yeah, sorry.
For sure.
The inner thoughts won out there momentarily. Proximus, you're going to fly across?
Yeah. With
Okay.
Scarlet.
Are you doing so solo?
No, I'll might as well go with Scarlet.
Fantastic. As you are carrying Scarlet across, your winged boots lift up and you begin to move over the sand. How high are you flying up? The ceiling only really goes up about 15 feet.
Oh.
Are you going to be like pressed against the ceiling, or are you just hovering above?
That's a good question.
Thanks.
I mean, now that you brought up the question, I would want to be as close to the ceiling as possible. But I don't want to touch the ceiling. So, and I have a sentient being on the back of my back who can make her own decisions on whether or not she wants to touch the ceiling. So I guess we really don't have that much room because he's fairly tall. So,
so Proximus, you maybe horizontally, maybe Scarlet's doing a magic carpet sort of deal on the back there.
I'm a backpack.
Backpack.
I can show you the world.
No, stop it. Stop it.
You begin to move over the sand. How fast are you moving? Are you zipping or are you?
Yeah, I want to do full movement, 40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Actually, 80. A double move if need be.
You all would watch as Proximus's boots lift him off the ground. He begins to move across with Scarlet backpacking. It is at that point, I think, Proximus, you moving as fast as you are, might not notice it, but Winnie and Acacia would notice that the sand does begin to shift, that there is almost like something magnetically moving along under the sand, in the sand itself, along with Proximus. Proximus, I will need a dexterity saving throw from you. Scarlet, that will be at disadvantage, please.
Okay.
You still get +5 because you're on my back.
Like,
Yeah.
Nice. That is a 22,
Good.
20.
it's like an effect, or it's
21.
like a thing, like a graboid thing.
You'll see in a second.
You said this dexterity?
It is. Dexterity saving throw, please. Disadvantage.
21. Oh, yeah, I get.
Oh, I get advantage on dex anyway, so it's just
Flat roll then.
just
Cool.
flat roll. That's an 18.
22. Sorry.
22. Proximus, you are going to take 21 points of poison damage. Scarlet, you are going to take 42 as poison darts shoot from all of those pinholes in the wall and basically just pelt the two of you. Proximus, you are able to dodge out of the way of this hand. Scarlet, you are not, as you find yourself pulled from Proximus's back by a hand that has reached out of the sand itself and has gripped you about the waist. And Scarlet, as you are pulled down towards the sand, you find yourself almost, but you're grappled, your arms wrapped around you of a humanoid made of sand itself that is holding you in place. Proximus, you continue your movement to the far side of the room, noticing that you are one Scarlet in weight less, and you are able to reach the stone on the other side, but look back to see Scarlet grappled by this sand golem, essentially, who is holding her in place on the sand. Let's. Are you all comfortable with keeping initiative from last time, or okay, cool. Let's do that. I will roll for this individual. Okay. So I will. I'll type in the new one here. And Proximus, it is your turn again. You're at the far side of a 50-foot room. What would you like to do?
Sand. I want to. Gosh, so the hand has her, correct?
The hand has basically attached itself to a humanoid form.
Right.
So there is now a full humanoid sand golem that has two arms wrapped about Scarlet.
So I want to do. How large is this golem? Is it like a large size?
It's just about as big as Scarlet. This is a medium-sized golem.
Medium size. Mm-hmm. So I want to. Gods damn it! Sorry, I'm all over the place. I can't shape water without water, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the.
It's kind
of the tougher part
water,
of that.
Such a
water
hopeful
bending.
pause.
I want to hurt it, but not. I want to get her loose. Sheesh McGeesh. How far away am I?
Let's say that this was towards the later half, so you could be within 20 feet of Scarlet.
Okay.
So Scarlet would be about 30 feet from Acacia and Winnie.
I'm just afraid that if I do something to this sand golem, it's gonna essentially hit you also. I'm gonna hold my action for a lightning bolt. If Scarlet gets free.
Okay. Then let's see, Acacia, it is your turn.
So I saw the darts. How high are the darts?
They go all the way up and all the way down.
Okay.
They were all the way at Proximus, all at the top.
And how big is the sand room again?
50 feet across and just about like 30 feet wide.
50 feet across. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Winnie, can I grab you and throw you on my back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I throw you on my back, then I'm gonna start galloping towards Scarlet.
Okay.
Do you need me to make a saving throw for?
Yes, darts? as you move onto the sand, give me a dexterity saving throw, and Winnie, this will be a disadvantage for you because you're being carried.
My dexterity saving throw is a 24.
Okay.
And we're not close to Proximus, right?
No, you're opposite side of the room.
Dex.
Do we still have those 10 hit points, Proximus, from your aura?
Yeah,
Okay.
Those will stay with you.
Oh,
Until
nice.
they're used. Okay, thank you.
Dirty 20.
Thank you for reminding me about that. I totally forgot to roll on the next one. So.
18 points of poison damage to Acacia, 37 to Winnie. And Acacia, you would also find that you are like your hooves are being gripped at by sand feet. You are able to break past that, but Winnie, a hand does reach up to grab at you, and you would find yourself basically ripped from the saddle, and you also now are grappled by a sand golem
Oh,
who is
fuck.
holding you in place. So Acacia, you can use all of your movement. You could use a dash to get all the way across to where Proximus is.
I think what I'm going to do is, I kind of give like some eyes to Scarlet. Like, are you good? Question mark.
The eyes you get back are not full of
good.
confidence.
What about Winnie?
Winnie is bleeding and bruised, and even though it's probably soaking into the sand, you can still tell she's not good.
Okay, Derek, how many? Is it possible to tell how many golems there are?
Just two have risen out of the sand. It's possible that there's as many as the sand can produce.
I was gonna say
Okay.
2 at the moment.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Do they seem aggressive or are they just holding?
They're just holding, and I think when we get to Scarlet and Winnie's turn, they might be able to give you more information on that. But from Acacia's perspective, it's almost like a bad hug.
Okay, I'm gonna do a
Not like inappropriate, but just like
No,
a
I know
way
what you
too
mean.
rough hug. Yeah.
So-
well, I saw a couple of faces. I just want to be
Yeah,
very
yeah,
clear
yeah.
about intent here.
So odds, I'm gonna help Winnie. Evens, I'm gonna help Scarlet because you both look in bad shape. All right, evens is gonna be Scarlet. So Derek, the golem that's hugging Scarlet, I need them to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. A -1 to wisdom. Literally, that's an 18 -1, so that is a 17.
So I'm gonna use my reaction to use my last Cosmic Omen to roll
Okay.
a -D6 from that. So regardless,
Okay.
it's gonna fail.
Regardless, absolutely.
So, what happens, assuming that this spell does affect it, the golem begins to change and polymorph into a rabbit.
Okay. So I am using the clay golem stats, which has immutable form. It is immune to
damn
any
it.
spell that would affect or
Oh.
alter its form.
Damn it.
So I will say this: if you want to hold on to that spell slot,
Yeah.
or
Never
even
mind.
regain the
Okay.
feature that kind of deducted a couple of points, I
Can-
think that's fair.
Can I do it on Scarlet then?
Yeah.
To fly away?
You could absolutely, yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
do it on
Scarlet's
Scarlet
turn
then.
next, so yeah.
Make
So
her
I'm
a
gonna
bunny?
I'm not gonna turn into a bunny. I'm gonna turn her into a little like bird.
What type of bird?
Huggable
I don't
Trissom?
know.
This little bird.
So I'm gonna take back my Cosmic Omen too.
Okay.
A small flying animal.
Bat.
Or you can like something small to get out of its grip and just
Squeak,
you
squeak.
can I'm gonna turn you into a ferret and I'm gonna grab you. And we're gonna keep going.
Scarlet's like, thanks, no thanks for the help.
I'm gonna
through
do a
it right
drive-by grab. Small so she shrinks and then I'm just gonna grab her.
Okay. So Acacia, why don't you give me a so this is essentially breaking a grapple with a weasel, which
Well,
is
the
I'm gonna
real
use some
question is,
ferret
does
stats.
Scarlet resist?
That is the real question. Okay.
Okay.
She don't like it, but she doesn't resist.
So Scarlet turns into a little polecat. The
Oh,
clay
is it-
golems or the
she-
sand golems already trying to like move its grip to like keep this little weasel in its grasp. Acacia, you are doing a drive-by to grab this thing. Tell you what, we can do this acrobatics, athletics. I can even see sleight of hand.
I was gonna say sleight of hand if you would allow it.
I would like sleight of hand works. Let's do that as a contested against the athletics of the
Okay.
sand golem.
I still have to roll disadvantage, unfortunately, because I'm
I will say because this is a weasel and because you were aware of it, we can
Okay.
call this a straight roll.
Straight roll. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is almost like you are prepared if we were gonna like bring in other mechanics to this.
It's only a 14, but I might be able to use my psionic thingy.
I was gonna say I rolled a 10 plus 5, so I got a 15 on athletics.
I'm gonna use my psionic thing, which will give me an extra plus d6 to it, which is an extra plus 3.
Okay. So Acacia now grabbing at
Ferret.
the
Ferret.
newly changed form, the ferret Scarlet. Yeah, you are able to snatch up this little polecat and with the additional movement, galloping across this sand. Again,
Sorry,
there
I'm
are
sorry,
like
I'm sorry.
sand claws are like grappling at your hooves, trying to
Does it
pull
look
you
like
back.
a fire?
I don't know. What do
ferret?
you look like?
No, she's pink hair. Matches her hair.
I was
Pink
gonna say
hair?
I went to
Pink
high school
weasel.
with a girl who dyed her white ferret with Kool-Aid and had a pink ferret because she was obsessed with pink, and so it is a thing. So
Like the
little
singer
pink
Pink?
ferret. What's that?
Like the singer Pink?
No,
Or
she's
just
obsessed
like
with Barbie.
Just the
She-
color. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
she was she identified with being Barbie.
Sorry, Winnie.
And
Say
yeah,
thumbs up.
you two make it safely to the other side, joining Proximus. Winnie, now I'm going to say 20 feet towards the other side, so 30 feet from your companions, you find yourself grappled.
Does that-
Acacia, is there anything else? Sorry?
Does that initiate my held action? Because she would be.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
target the. I'll say this: as soon as the ferret Scarlet is pulled away and is more than 5 feet away from the sand golem, it collapses. It collapses
Okay.
back into the sand.
Gotcha. I don't want to slot, but
Scarlet, it is your turn. Let's case you had anything else. So now, as a ferret, would you like to build a nest or?
As
chew
soon
on
as
some-
we're on like solid ground, I'll drop concentration and put you
Okay.
down, Scarlet.
Derek,
All right.
can I change the spell that I was holding?
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
You can say no.
I'm okay with that. I am someone who hates a wasted turn as a player. I'm
Yeah.
fully okay with you preparing a spell to do something. We could say you shift the magic slightly to do something else. What would you like your held action to be?
Fourth level vortex warp Winnie to us.
Your spell fails.
Oh. Good to know.
This is how you learn Winnie's not humanoid.
No,
I'm just kidding, but that would be such a great reveal.
You're right.
It's as you like see
She
the
is
wind
a
kind
gold
of,
dragon.
like the wind whips around Winnie a little bit, but it catches the sand, almost becomes a dust devil of sorts. When you expect Winnie to reappear, the sand has basically morphed itself to keep her held there.
Little Jeffrey like tries to hold on, like as the wind is kicking up.
Scarlet, what would you like to do for your turn?
I put you down and I pat your head. You make a very cute ferret.
you get the most angry stare.
I
Thank
saved your
you.
life.
Thank you.
Mm.
Don't ever want to be a
I hear
small
it's-
mammal ever
You hear like
again.
Avian then.
Drop concentration.
I dropped concentration.
I'm
Oh,
back in like siren.
nice.
I got amphibians, I got fish, I got birds, I can avoid mammals.
Um,
Oh, this is the
I
craziest
am
session
so
ever.
curious. I am gonna do a thing. It probably won't work. So Winnie's across the room, correct?
When he's about 30 feet from you.
I just real quick want to say that Winnie does look like shit, don't get me wrong. You all have seen her successfully like get out
Oh,
of
yeah.
grapples pretty
That's
easily.
true.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like just do what you will and
Yeah,
Winnie
yeah.
won't argue with anything, but just
Yeah.
also if you're making decisions.
Well, you're competent.
Yeah.
Well, I have magic boots. That's really the only thing that
It helps.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can cast Dimension Door next to Winnie.
Okay. To get on the sand next to her?
No, I want Winnie to go through the dimension door.
Okay. Let me look up
So
dimension
it would
door.
technically be opening up next to me, but I'm
Okay.
not going through. Winnie would be coming through the other doorway.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you reach through and grab her?
Whack.
Yeah.
For Winnie to do that, she would have to break the grapple to be able to move there.
Mm.
So I could say that you could definitely open it. It would be on Winnie's turn to determine whether she would be able to move through it or not.
Okay.
So yeah, Winnie, you would see a dimension door open next to you. This can be held open essentially for one turn. So let's see. Okay. I'm sorry, you also sent me something. Tool expertise. See is doubled for any ability check.
It's not important, like, for this specific moment, but I just realized.
Technically, yeah, you should be yes. Okay, so Winnie, it is actually not your turn yet, it's the golem's turn. So Winnie, you are going to feel a tightening, and you will note that you begin to sink into the sand as this golem tightens its arms around you. You are going to, let's see, it's an 18 to hit. Does that hit you? I believe that does.
Nope.
No, it does not hit you.
God bless.
But
Damn.
you definitely do feel a tightening around
Colonel Mac.
the armor.
Colonel Mac saves.
Okay. And you sink, I would say, probably down to your knees into the sand.
Okay.
And the golem sinking with you. It is now your turn. Should you want to acrobatics or athletics your way out, you will have disadvantage on doing so.
Why would I do that? Real quick, what do I know about do I recognize it as a clay versus a sand golem? How?
I mean, it's made of sand, but I'm using the clay golem stats, so yeah, in that sense, it's a golem made of dirt.
Yeah.
Silica dirt.
Yeah.
Would I'll actually give you this as something for free with a passive perception of 22. It almost sounds like the golem is like weeping or like moaning sadly.
Well, that's not very nice. Winnie is gonna, okay, so you told us the dad note, right?
This is gonna sound silly, but what if you gave it a hug?
Well, I was just gonna do that, and then I was making sure that you told us the dad note.
I did tell you the
we can
dad
say
note.
that, yeah.
Winnie is gonna have little Jeffrey come around the other side, and they're gonna group hug the golem.
Okay. Why don't you give me just
A love roll? Can I roll for love?
Why don't you give me an unarmed attack to see how good of a hug this is?
I feel like Winnie should have advantage. She's like the best hugger.
You have Jeffrey helping you. Absolutely.
I was like, Winnie doesn't have damage, but she does.
It's not damage. It's just how.
Thank
it's
God.
Just yeah.
That is a 16. It's not one of her better hugs. Does little Jeffrey
That's
also
okay.
have to roll?
No, the little Jeffrey gave you the help action.
Oh, good. Oh,
Okay.
I didn't. What is help? I can't remember.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage. Okay, well, that's a 23. Thanks, little Jeffrey.
So, pretty good roll. Okay. Winnie, as you embrace this sandy creature, the sand literally getting into everywhere, your pockets, it's abrasive. It just gets everywhere, and it's rough and coarse. Not like here. No. The sand golem begins just to kind of like lose its form. It begins to just shift back into the sand around you, the soft kind of sad noises it was making before, going along with it. And you would find yourself standing in this pit of sand, inactive. Otherwise, around you, you even hear a somewhat loud click in the walls, and you notice that all the pinholes seem to just be covered up by something on the other side.
Dimension door is already cast, right? Because I'm gonna use
Dimension
my
door's
to
right
just,
there.
Like, as long as it's not wasting the slot, I'm just gonna go through it so that I'm not like having to cross
Good call,
anymore.
good call.
Yeah.
And you appear on the other side of the room.
Yeah. See? It's just
You
Keisha's
knew.
right. It's just we'll find a way. Hugs for everybody.
Scarlet, you wouldn't have hugged it, would you?
No, probably not.
Winnie, you killed it with love.
I didn't kill it. Did I kill it? Oh.
I don't think you killed
Oh,
it.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Put it to rest, maybe? I don't.
A hand
It's
pops out of the
fine.
sand, does that little Gen Z thing where they make a heart with their
Oh.
finger and thumb.
I hate that.
Gen Z. I would have said K-pop, but okay.
What's the difference at this point?
Winnie will do it back, and
We lost another viewer.
Oh no, come back with your parents' money.
one at a time. One at a time.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Okay, okay, so that happened. That's, you were a weasel. Ferret thing.
I don't want to talk about it.
Weenie doesn't know the difference. They are long friends.
She was very cute. Very pink.
I was a little distracted, but it looked pretty cute. Hey.
I'm pretty hit.
Yeah, I feel like shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing too great.
Yeah, I'm definitely like bloodied.
It might be about a third up.
Ooh,
I'm at like a quarter.
Like half.
So like.
ooh.
Do we take a break?
And I got like 0 heals.
I have a little bit, but like you know, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I have healing word that I can
Same.
cast once.
I could cast it a couple times. Also,
Maybe-
I could do a thing that I always forget about.
Derek, how long have we been in the dungeon?
A few hours. I think if Winnie were to automatically know the time of day, which I have to imagine is because she has like a wristwatch.
Yeah. It's
You
not just
all-
a really good
Street Shark
sense of
one.
time.
Yeah, you all went in like the dark of night. I'm gonna say it's probably getting close to dawn at this point.
Should we
Mhm.
take a break?
I think we should. I also am
rest.
going to cast Prayer of Healing. And what spell slots do I have left? At 4th level, I think. That should get all of us 4d8 plus 5.
48.
I wish it was 48. Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good roll. At least 1/8.
Can I just look around where I heard well, Proxibus is casting a spell, like where we heard the click and like where our next spot is going?
Yeah. So the click was to signify that the poison darts were deactivated.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have a short set of stairs that lead up to another set of double doors, which actually do not appear to have any lock on them.
Cool.
So that's 20 points of heals.
Hero.
Acacia looks great.
That's great.
Everyone
I'm so happy
else-
for you.
I still look like shit.
Yeah, we
I'm
we
at
should
least
take-
about halfway
No.
now.
It helped. It helped a
Yeah.
lot.
I am technically still bloodied, which is not a thing in 5e, but it's fine. But like
Right.
barely.
That's my
Scarlet, are
4A
you
showing.
you're better than half, you're at half, or you're a little under half?
About. Like, yeah, we good.
I can do that again.
You higher or lower than 56?
I'm at 47% of 95.
How
So
do
it's
you
like-
measure it like that?
How did you do 47%?
No, it's just 47 out of 95.
Okay.
So I'm literally like
I was
half.
like, wait.
Yeah, I was
I'm like
how
half a
is
point
that
away from
Yeah.
being half.
easier? How's that
Yeah.
easy? Okay, so you and I are the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that again.
No, it's I'm looking at cure wounds and I was trying to figure out which one of us.
Needed it more.
Yeah.
I can do healing word of myself. You can take cure wounds. We're good.
I fucking hate healing word. I've
So do
said it
I, but it's
before,
the all
I'm
I
gonna
can have.
Say it again.
It's like a fail safe, okay?
Yeah.
Let me just do prayer of healing again.
Only if
We
you're
could
sure.
just, you know, take a short rest.
Yeah. I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna
we
s-
could just
I was gonna suggest a
or we
short
could
rest
just do that.
anyway,
Yeah.
but like I was worried
We're at that time where we
last
could take a
hug
short rest
was-
and be done for the day.
Yeah. Let's
Or
do
a
it.
full
Mhm.
rest.
I mean,
I could sleep for probably 10 hours.
I feel like a long rest here is not a great idea.
Probably not, but
Probably not, but also
I'm
going
f-
in completely without. We don't know what else is going to be ahead of us. So
true.
if we could find a safe space to rest.
Unfortunately, I can't just hit the camp button.
We did come in preparing to like have like a full expedition, so we probably do have like sleeping bags and crap.
Yeah, I'm real low on spell slots now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is why I
Got a lot
wanted
of
to-
first level, but not much else other than that.
I tried to burn those first. So, you see this Proximus
the
stretching.
big stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, okay.
But do we take watches?
I'll watch.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I can
let's do that.
watch most of the time actually because I don't really need to sleep as much. If
This whole sleeping thing sucks.
yeah. Is
These rocks are very comfy.
okay. You go to sleep first.
You go to
maybe.
sleep. Go to sleep.
Good
Yeah.
night.
I can take first watch.
Okay, that'd be super nice, and then I can just stay up the rest of the time.
I can take a watch too.
I mean, I'll already be awake, so it doesn't really matter.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget you're
Yeah.
not.
I literally have 4
My
hours
bad.
with nothing to do. Like, I will be paying attention.
I'm waiting for these guys to wake up. What the hell?
Yeah. Just staring at you all for 4 hours.
I feel like Winnie would do that.
No, she's got other stuff to do. She is happy to also sleep first. Yep.
Okay. You will take your long rest. The room itself, no need to roll. You have deactivated all of the traps in here. It's not a large space. I mean, you maybe have about 10 feet of some sandstone brick to lie on, but you're able to space it out well enough, and you all are comfortable enough with each other's stink to not be
Cuddling.
too.
Keisha's
snuggles.
a warm body.
Yeah, snuggles.
Little Jeffrey is so happy. This is like the happiest he's been in so long.
Oh my god.
Is he just like in the middle?
Yeah. Yeah.
He can't be in the middle. He's metal. He's not comfortable to cuddle with.
He's warmed by his gem of brightness. He's like a little
Like
radiator.
sleeping next to a space heater.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta
Yeah.
go through my spells at some point.
Unfortunately, you all get sand in your bedrolls that you will never be able to get out.
Bless
It's
you.
fine.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I
throw
think
them
I
away.
still
We'll
got
get
some
new
boots
ones.
that yeah.
Well, with that, that's where we're gonna end for tonight. So thank you all for joining us. Let's go ahead and go around and have these other people say a little bit about themselves and their characters and where you can find more of them in the near future. I should note that you all have gotten you're halfway there. You have just 5 more rooms to go, a few hallways as well. Don't worry about those. Yeah. Whoa, you're halfway there. Living on that prayer. It's probably going to be no. Living on a Prayer is probably something I'd say for like a just Proximus episode. I'll think of a title for next week. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for spending your time with us. Again, if you ever want to show any type of financial appreciation, should you be willing and able to do so, it's always very, very much appreciated. It tells these people that what they're doing is awesome and also puts a couple of quarters in our pockets. So should you be willing and able, you can always do that through Pally, Pally.gg, evenly distributes anything you are generous and able enough to tip. So thank you for those who have tipped so far. If that is not something that is possible for you to do, it is perfectly understandable. We appreciate your viewership alone. Okay, let's go around. Mare, if you don't mind starting us out, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hello, hi, I'm Mary. You can find me on all applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. I'm only here right now. That's
Okay.
all I got.
That's good enough. Good enough. Glad to have you here. Okay, Eva.
Hi, hello. I'm Eva. I'm so used to the cat's name, I keep wanting to say Evelyn, which is not right. You can almost assuredly find me here, definitely every Saturday as Weenie, your sea elf, artificer, bard type something. But you can also find me temporarily over at Nerdsmith on Thursdays at 6:15 p.m. Pacific, playing an extremely messy, extremely doomed, disinherited noble during Trophy Dark. The house is gonna kill us. It's fine. And yeah, I've got some projects that are gonna be coming out and casting out soon. I just need to organize what and when. So that's me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Eva. Next up, Mikyl.
Unmute. All right. Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Tumblr. But more. Okay, what are words? I'm here. You can find me and all my art at the Discord channel for Sword and Key. So that's where I am most active. So please find my art there. And I'm just on this channel full time, all time. Say something, Derek. Please save me.
Okay, yeah. Hey,
Sand
thanks so much.
oval.
Sand
Yeah.
Oval. Please check out Michael's artwork. We are very appreciative to Mikyl for doing the artwork, not only for this game, many games. Please check out his stuff. Please support him and commission him and encourage him to do more of it, because he has come so incredibly far. I cannot wait to see literally what he does tomorrow, because it seems to be leaps and bounds every time that I check back. You can find his work on our Discord, which I'll talk about here in a second, or on Instagram at MIKYL Sand Oval. Kaila, tell us more about your love stuff.
Hi, hello. My name is Kaila. I've been your Siren Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores. And apparently a weasel. Ferret. Something of the weasel family.
Adorable.
Something
cat.
like that. Okay.
Weasel.
You can
the
find me on
weasel.
most social medias at KMC. If you can't find me there, all spelled out at an underscore, and you should be able to find me there. And then. Yerp.
Yerp. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out for another episode of Horizons Call. I'm Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I've been your GM for this game for many games here on Sword and Key, because I'm the sword half of Sword and Key. If you want to find my personal stuff, that's fine, I guess. It's at dsword16. Most of what I do, however, is reposting all the stuff from Sword and Key, and you can find all of Sword and Key stuff on our beacons, beacons.ai/Sword and Key, all one word. Our social media, including Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, is all sword_and_key. You can also on the beacons find all of our discount codes, like we have for Greenleaf Geek Dice, like we have for Eldritch Foundry. If you're looking for a new set of dice or a custom mini, great places for both those things. You can also join our Discord, which has lots of cool folks hanging out. You can see more of Michael's artwork. You can hang out for movie nights, like we just had last night, where we did a double feature of The Last Unicorn and the 1977 Rankin and Bass, The Hobbit, which we did as a celebration for 2 birthdays birthdays of two of our mods, Grona Hawking and Lady Dane. So happy birthday to both of them.